Hello, all. My cast is still talking in the background. I don't care. You can keep talking. I just got to talk to the people. Hi. You can't hear them, but I can, and they're wonderful. My friends are in the background. We're gonna have a wonderful game night. Welcome to Mondays at Homebrews and Homebodies. I helped to found this channel with my best friend, but this is my first game that I am running completely solo. And we are here to play Trusting Fates. For those that have not been here before, Trusting Fates is our Kids on Brooms adventure. That is set in Briderra, which is my own homebrewed school in this very fun world that I have made, even though they have not yet at least seen outside of these walls. And tonight is a very special episode because they are taking their Fates exams, which will be very fun for me at the very least. If you don't know, here we play Streamloots cards. If you are someone that has played Streamloots cards with us before, specifically in Into the Dark Room, you have been gifted cards that equal the cards that you had before, because I want to make sure that you are always like getting what you're supporting us for. So it is the full Streamloots thing, I think, to whoever is running the Femme Gamer Party Twitch at the moment. Yeah, there it is. And so you can feel free to go buy packs to get some of the gifted packs. We have community packs and that sort of thing. So with that, we are here on Wednesday for Root. I'm giving them time in the background to finish up anything they need to do. And I think that's it. I think we're going to just get into it. It's going to be a very fun night. Choices will be made. And that's all I'm going to say. You should hear what I'm getting in my ear right now about you're not saying it was going to be fun. It's going to be scary. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? I love my friends. All right, I'm going to play you a trailer now, and then we're just going to get into it. So, see you in a minute. Oh, they can't hear you. I don't have your alls.
I'm gonna be honest, it makes me a little worried.
Oh, you're muted again, I think, on stream.
It's always that, right? It's always the one thing.
So yes, I was muted. Don't worry about it. I'm a professional. Probably. Sort of. I'm fixing the Streamloots problem.
We're here for support.
I'm fixing the Streamloots problem. I don't really know why it's decided to not cooperate, but that's fine because I'm gonna fix it. In the
It's always
meantime,
something.
though, it is always something every time. You
And it's
can't
always the one
just-
thing you don't look at.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was like, Streamloots worked fine last week. I'm sure it's fine.
It's not fine.
Sure it is.
Fine.
Sure it is. I'm doing super good.
You're doing well. Streamloots.
You are
You're
doing
doing
good.
fine.
This
You're
is not
doing-
about you.
You're doing
Okay,
fantastic.
I'm trying real hard today. And that's okay. But in the meantime, while I fix this, meet my wonderful friends. And we're going to start because Trout is to my left on screen. We're going to start with Trout. I probably just pointed the wrong way. It's fine.
I so rarely start these. Hi, I'm Trout. My partner Adam and I make Trixie Wizard, and it's Adam's birthday, so please type happy birthday real big.
Happy birthday,
And he's so gracious to let me come play Magic Make 'em Ups with my friends. So yeah, I'm playing Vole Kaigan. They are a 7th year. They're in oh gosh, I always forget Marilyn, right? Marilyn?
Yep.
Yeah. I always forget how to say it, and then until I have to. Yeah, so very bold, very much an individual, except they have these friends they love so much. They've got some pretty dark stuff going on. Last session was pretty scary by the end, with a voice that just loves to make them feel bad about themselves. But yeah, Vole has a little pup named Eddie who's carried them through the hardest things in their life, and he's a good boy. Little black Pomeranian with a white nose. And yeah, you can find Trixie Wizard stuff all over social media and at trixiewizard.com. That's all I've got.
Candace.
Me?
Yeah, you.
It's me. Hi, I'm Candace. I was distracted because somebody gave me a blue sky code.
I'm trying to find one. If you have a blue sky code out there and you want to gift it, you can just send it my way because I've been trying really hard.
No kidding, me too.
My pronouns are they, she. I am playing Sybilline Brunson, who I believe is either she, they, or they, she. Sibby is kind of all over the place. I'm not going to lie about them. They're in Yaxari, and I am super pumped to find out what kind of Rammies we've got this week. Because we were maybe not on our best last week.
It's fine.
And then Hina's turn.
Wait.
Hina.
Oh, hi.
I forgot.
Yeah, you can't forget my entrance. Hi, my name is Hina. I go by GM Hina over on Twitch.tv/GM Hina. If I don't trip over my own words, I might. But you can find me over at Twitch.tv/GM Hina, where I run D&D campaigns and Monster of the Week campaigns, and soon an Apocalypse Keys, and soon Thirsty Sword Lesbian one shots for charity, which I'll go into more in depth later on in the evening. So if you want to know more about that, you might want to stay here for the entire stream. I'm just saying. And I play Cera Silverleaf, who is a bundle of sunshine and joy, who was very terrified last session because their siblings were in danger. I'm in danger. And so that was a thing. And that's where I am right now. So, yay!
And I guess that leaves me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. You can mostly catch me streaming. I mean, almost exclusively catch me streaming over on Fem Gamer Party, of which I am one of the co-founders. I am currently running. I'm doing too much, but it's awesome. And you could we actually have a Google Calendar link on our Twitch page now because we decided that it was too many things to talk about all the time. So we just put a calendar on. But tonight I will be playing Derryth Gold, your resident eccentric, just total space case, who has their adorable, happy little owl guy that they hang out with. Yeah, and they're actually not too concerned, mostly because nothing really concerns them. They're actually just really curious about everything, which is probably concerning for everyone else, but that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's
Totally
not fine.
It's totally fine. I think you're right. I don't think there's anything any of us should be worried about at all. I think that
No, we
everything...
just have to make sure that we're prepared and that we study a lot, and it will be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Well, we could die, but that's fine.
Die.
It's fine. It'll just be another adventure.
Oh, don't White Shores and Beyond me. Not yet.
Oh.
It's great. It's great. Anyway, that's
Derryth is my Gandalf the White.
Your resident Jewish space case. We all have one of those.
I need you to know that when I was pulling up everything for you all earlier, all of you were talking in one window, and I pulled up Twitch, and it automatically played last week's stream, and so I heard Derryth, like your voice as Derryth, while you were talking, and I've never been more confused in my life. Like, my whole brain had to take a whole 360 to figure out what was going on, and I was like, oh, it's playing a video. Never mind.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Okay, everything's fine. And then, hi, I'm Mallorie. I play everyone and everything else here. And so, if you have not been with us before, we are following these 4 students on their first week currently. We're still in their first week, back for the current term. And this should be their last term. It starts in June and it ends at the 1st of August, and then they take a couple months off, and then they come back for their new year. And in this particular term, they are supposed to be taking their F.A.T.E.S exam. F.A.T.E.S in this case stands for Favor Assessment for Talent and Expertise in Sorcery, and it is their final exam for the year. The problem is that it was supposed to happen like a few weeks from now, and now all of a sudden it's in 3 days. This is due to some decision on Headmaster Watkins' part, as well as an emergency meeting that was held by the faculty. It was agreed that everything would be held early, and everything is being adjudicated by the new co-deputy headmistresses, who are new for this term, Isla and Adara Breville, who are twins, and they were hired by the school about a week before term started. Everything is very fresh, and these 4 seem to believe that something is up with them. I don't know. I don't think they've been suspicious in any way. Just like hidden doors that were definitely not there before, knowing their names when they were not introduced, being told that Cera was recommended to them, but that never being clear as to why or by who, and things like that. I wouldn't worry about it at all. Last week specifically, we had just like a few things happen. Cera's twin brother and sister showed up. They were a little worse for wear. They seem to have been poisoned by Hemrot, which is a very powerful magical poison, but it was very unclear as to how they got it or from who. But these 4 were able to save the day. They are back home and safe. And we may have a small update from them at some point tonight. We also saw Sybilline get her first 2 visions as our oracle. One to figure out where exactly or what exactly was wrong with the twins, and the other to see a very specific conversation between Vole and someone that we have not technically met yet on stream. But that Vole themselves has a very long history with. And we also may hear a little bit more about them tonight. Who knows? Tonight will be filled with a lot of questions and a lot of answers if everything goes as planned, but I am super excited about it. So, we are starting with your 3 days of downtime. At the end of last episode, Professor Cadence told you all that you had 3 days. You all did your signups. After everything happened and Sybilline passed out after the vision, including Vole and our unknown entity, you were rushed to the infirmary, but everything has been checked out and cleared. They sent off information to Adara, specifically because she is your head of house, about your condition and how you are considered fine and cleared for your exams for the end of the week, which is the most important thing for them. And you all now have 3 days until your appointed time slot. You all wake up. Obviously, Derryth and Vole are roommates. Cera would room with somebody in Palamore, and Sybilline would room with someone in Yexari. But you all wake up to the same letter on your windowsill. So for ease, I will read Cera's. So it is on Briderra stationery, the very same stationery that you got your welcome letters from, or welcome letters on from Headmaster Watkins all those years ago. And it says, Cera, you are signed up for the slot of Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for your Fates exams. You have signed up with the following teammates: Vole, Sybilline, and Derryth, and it has all of your student ID pictures on it. Please be sure to take advantage of applicable learning hours in order to make sure you are sufficiently prepared. You are to meet my sister and I in the Grand Hall. When you arrive, be sure to have any supplies you feel you may need. You are required to have your wand. You may bring your familiar if you wish. They are eligible to help with small tasks that are typical of any familiar. You may bring additional materials such as handbooks, pocket watches, basic notes, etc., should you think they will help you on your way. We look forward to seeing you in your exams. Good luck, Deputy Headmistress Adara Breville. So, today is your first day of applicable learning hours, and because of the move up, they have, as a faculty, chosen that all normal classes are canceled. You do not have to go to your reported classes, and instead they are offering sort of office hours, the equivalent of office hours, all day, every day. All of your curfews are suspended. You do not have any for the next 72 hours. We just want to make sure that they just want to make sure that everybody has the proper time that they would like to study. So whatever you would like to do within the next 3 days, we will kind of do on the quick instead of playing out 3 full days. So you let me know what you want to do, and we'll do it.
So first of all, I think when Derryth and Vole wake up, the first thing that Derryth is going to do is start furiously reading through all of her astrology books to see if she can determine if there's anything important happening in 2 weeks.
Got it. Yeah.
Because that's what they were talking about. We're talking about something's happening on such and such day or in 2 weeks. So she's going to try to she's just furiously looking through all of her notes and all of the books that she has.
While you're doing that, I'm heating up a brick that you and I just always use for a fake hot plate to just heat up coffee. I'm just there's the brick we use. It's just a little mundane. Yeah, I just tap my wand to it. This brick knows what it's supposed to do. It's been years. So
he's my friend and his name is Brick. Sorry.
But yeah, I don't summon coffee. I don't manifest coffee. I still very much non-magically minded. No, we need a heat source to heat the beverage while you're doing something useful.
I love that so very much. You give me a brains roll. So because you're only using your books, I'm gonna make it a 15. If you fail this for any reason, I will let you make another attempt at it if you will go to your teacher.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh boy, yeah, that's not gonna do it. That's a 5.
Oh, but I have a bajillion adversity tokens.
You have a lot of adversity tokens. If you really do not want to include a teacher in this, you could absolutely not. You have 16 adversity tokens? That is absurd.
I know. I started this stream with 14, and then I also got 2 more. So, thanks, Scott.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will spend you said 15?
Yeah.
So I will spend the 10. And
Fantastic.
Go ahead and succeed that roll.
Fantastic. So you find, along with this section in the book that talks about rare cosmic anomalies, along with notes that you have from last term, you're able to remember a class that you took. Specifically, your teacher is Professor Elucian for this class. In this school at least, they consider astronomy under creational and transformational magic, which is what Professor Elucian is the head of. For those that were not here last time to meet Professor Elucian, she is a very short, 4'10", Korean woman who has gray hair that is always slicked back into a bun, and she is deaf, so she signs, and she has enchanted her classroom as a part of the school, because the school itself will translate any language, so all international students can equally learn. That it will read out as she signs what she is talking about. Because of what she teaches, her classroom has a very unique setup. So it is like colorful walls every day that are always a different color. They kind of just always match her mood. She has one red pennant on the wall, which is the only hint at all that she is the head of house for Furwary, because nobody wants to be the head of house for Furwary. She just got stuck with it. And she has a very open floor plan. So the classroom itself is huge. It's like 30 by 30. Desks line all of the walls. In the middle is like a very open area where, specifically in astronomy, she will create the universe literally in front of everybody. So you from your desk can see the whole universe as it expands. For the blind students that are at Briderra, which there are not many of them, but there are a few, all of the planets are able to be held and are different textures, so that when testing, they, like, everybody has an equal shot at identifying planets and things like that. Specifically, though, in this class, it was considered like a special lecture on cosmic anomalies because there was one coming up. It is called a syzygy, and this one in particular is supposed to occur sometime within the next 2 weeks. If you like compare it to your pocket watch that has the planetary alignment in it, it is happening much faster than it would have. This specifically, though, normally, so a syzygy can actually happen every 2 weeks. It is what happens when there is a new moon and a full moon, right? Every once in a while, there will be a syzygy of maybe 3 planets. They are perfectly aligned. So it essentially makes the moon look very different because there are planets behind them. There are sometimes 5, maybe, I don't know, every 20, 30 years. But this is a very special occurrence. 7 planets will be perfectly aligned, and it's the first time it's happened in over 400 years. And they are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and a full moon.
So Derryth like finishes furiously, like goes like aha, and reads through the whole thing. It's like, well, something is happening. I don't know if it's related necessarily, but we might need to look into whenever the last time a syzygy happened with a full moon and the alignment of the planets. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe something happened and they're worried that it could happen again. What if they think that we're inhabited by the souls of these people that did something?
Derryth, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
I don't either. I'm gonna dog-ear the page and close the book and put your coffee down on it. And you would see that Vole's hands are shaking a little bit when they do it.
You seem nervous.
You seem very unnervous.
Well, what do we have to be nervous about?
Last night, did you hear me saying anything while I was sleeping?
Did I hear them saying anything while they were sleeping?
Roll for it. What do you even call that?
Brains.
If you want to call it brains, I'll let you call it brains.
Okay.
DC 14. You were supposed to be asleep. It was the dead of night. No, nothing.
No, I get an adversity token. That's a 4.
That's great. Yeah, no, absolutely not. You didn't hear anything. Nope.
Your shit.
No, I didn't hear anything. I slept pretty good, all things considered.
The Vole is looking at you with the face of someone that looks like they haven't slept in about 10 years.
Right?
Like, they're just... I just need you to tell me. Okay. Derryth, does anything at all unsettle you or frighten you or make you unsure of yourself?
Oh,
It doesn't
sure.
seem like it, but would you tell me what that is, please?
Mice. I don't like mice. And the Fae. I'm pretty sure that they're coming, but nobody believes me. And then, oh yeah, loud noise. I don't like loud noises.
But what about big things? Things that you can't quantify, things that are intangible, things that are just out of sight in a dark room. Do those things frighten you?
No, they're fascinating. You just have to figure out what it is, and then it's not scary anymore.
Derryth, when you figure out what it is, it becomes all the more terrifying, I'm sorry to say.
No,
Listen.
that's not true.
Promise me you're not going to go seeking it too fast and not alone. I made that mistake a really long time ago, and it's going to take my life someday. So, listen, there's something watching us. I know it. It said so. And I can hear it now. So, if something happens, I will try and lead it away from us. But you need to tell me that the other two will be safe because you're watching them. Like you did with Cera's little ones. You need to keep them safe because you're not afraid of things in the dark. Okay? I need you to tell me that that's okay because I think something is coming soon. Can you make that promise, please, Derryth?
Of course I can. I promise. And I always keep my promises.
I know you do. I know you do.
But what's coming? Can we quantify it?
I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want it to turn its eyes on you. Can that
Can
be
you
okay
write
for
it
now?
down?
I clutch my book so tight. If something happens to me, I'll give you this and it'll explain everything, okay?
Okay.
But don't make me say it out loud.
Oh no, I would never want you to do anything you're not comfortable with. Listen,
Vole looks like really small and like looks like a kid who needs a hug and does not know how to ask.
well, and Derryth doesn't know what a
Nope.
hug when people need hugs because they are.
We're doing it. We're really nailing this.
Yep. I don't understand how do people. Neither do I.
Like, where are the adults when you need them? Where are the adults when you
right?
need them?
But Derryth is gonna kind of. Oh wait, you know what? Can I?
Are you gonna roll to see if is this a hug check?
I think so.
Perfect.
I
love that.
So
for you.
I don't know. I have a question.
Yes.
The familiars. They're mostly just there mechanically, right? Like they're there so that they can like, Morel can like fly and scope stuff out, and I can talk to him.
You can talk to him, and Morel can do anything that is within the purview of an owl. Like simple tasks, totally fine. We do have a special thing for this stream that is definitely not a Kids on Brooms rule, but sometimes I make things up because it's fun. One of the types of one of the types of stream loot cards is called a treat for your familiar. That is if you want Morel to do something that is maybe a little bit outside the scope of an owl. Like if you're gonna tell me you need Morel to break down a door, I don't think I can give you that. But like if you want him to do something that's maybe a little harder, you can spend a treat for Morel and he'll be able to do it. Familiars do not have to make rolls, so they can just do their task.
Speaking of familiars, I think Eddie is like, even just like hinting at things. I think Eddie's hair is on end and he's growling at the door.
I would like to maybe use a treat
Sure.
to have Morel tell Derryth that Vole needs a hug.
I would love for you to use a treat for them.
Because Derryth would not know. Like
This
in
cannot be the
character-
first time this has come up.
No,
No,
I'm pretty
it's
sure this has
not.
happened before, and Morel is like, "Hey, dude, give your friend a hug. They need it." And they're like, "Oh, okay," because like they don't fucking know. So Derryth is gonna slide off of her bed and sit with you on the floor and just like lean in and give you a really Derryth actually gives really good hugs because
Vole knows
don't really
that.
understand how to not
Yeah.
like smoosh too tight, so she just like brings you in and gives you this like really tight hug. Listen, I know that you don't have much, but you've got us.
I know.
And we'll do everything we can to keep you safe, but I want you to know that if things do go sideways, I know that you would want us to keep ourselves safe too, so I promise that I'll do that for you.
Thank you.
But listen, if there's anything that we can do to try to figure out what's going on, we should do it. I mean, I can go and ask, I already fucking forgot her name.
Professor Lucian.
Professor Lucian? Sorry.
You're all good.
I can ask her about it directly, you know, now that I know what I'm looking for, maybe she can give me some insight.
Maybe. It just seems like they're keeping the faculty pretty in the dark about this. Like, we're not even going to be tested on anything that we learn this term. Like, they're just... It seems like such a farce, you know? You can try. At this point, they already know we're asking questions, so that we can't really pretend that we aren't wise to what they're doing. But I don't know.
They're keeping their eyes on us for sure. We did something, whether we know it or not.
I know. For now, we just got to keep our eyes on each other, like we said. If I can keep the three of you safe, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
You have to keep yourself safe too.
I'm not safe, Derryth.
But you could be.
That's a really nice thought. Can we go find the others? You can go talk to anybody. I might go see the headmaster at some point today. Sometimes he talks to me.
Like face to face though, not like in your brain like this other thing.
No, I can't do that on command.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. You said... okay, let's go find them. They're gonna...
Vole just like 4 a.m. at a diner and alone, just stony faced chugs the coffee and is ready to go.
And Derryth looks at you and is like, you know, that's gonna give you stomach problems one day. And you're gonna just carry it out.
Just add it to the pile, Derryth. That's it. We did it.
Head out to find the rest of the crew.
Yeah, please. I'm lost without them.
So as you all convene wherever you would like to, I will absolutely give you free reign on where you meet up. What is the plan for the next 3 days? Obviously, Derryth just found out the information that they would have liked. But is there anything anybody specifically wants to go ask or study about within these 3 days?
I think
Candace,
you're
you're
muted.
Thank you. I don't want to ask or study anything. I want to go skulk.
Fantastic.
Clandestinely.
love that.
Cera sent out the letters that I sent you.
Yes.
To their family.
You got a reply.
Letters.
You did. You got a letter. So as you find your message from Headmistress Adara, there is nothing there at that moment, which is odd because it's been a day or so since you sent it. But the next morning you find a letter that is on Silverleaf family stationery. It's very fancy. Your mother took months just to pick this out. It's
good stationery. Oh no.
it's the good stationery.
Oh no.
It's got your family crest in silver foil on it with silver leaves that adorn like the top in this beautiful header. It's got your sister's name at the top of it. Since every family member has a version of this stationery, this is Claire's version. And it reads, Dearest Cera, I hope this finds you well and that everything that transpired at the school did not scare you greatly. The twins are more than fine. Actually, it seems your potion did wonders beyond what it was made for, as the visuals you saw were, in fact, created by Sharproot. There was an additional transfiguration spell put on the twins, as well as maybe some other work that would suggest any possible close examination would point to Hemrod. I am afraid I have never run into similar magic, but I can't help but wonder if this was targeted. Please take care of yourself and your friends as well. You four did some amazing work in guaranteeing Axel and Lexi's safety. The twins received your letter and wished to write back to you, but I thought best that I consolidate. If it were up to them, you would have so many letters in your windowsill you wouldn't have room for any other letters for months. Mom and Dad pass along their regards in all of this and hope it doesn't deter you from your studies in any way. The highlights of the twins' recollections. They both love Eddie. I'm not sure where another black Pomeranian with a white nose may exist. I suspect Eddie is one of a kind, but one of our parents' assistants is on the hunt for one. Lexi loves Sybilline's glasses and has convinced me she needs a similar pair in whatever colors can be found. They both vaguely remember a letter arriving on Axel's windowsill that was addressed to them both. Who it was from is foggy, and the letter seems to have disappeared, but I suspect it was picked up through absorption when they were holding it. They said they had a door open up. Specifically, runes matching those of your arrival day popped up on their doorframe, and when they attempted to come show me the letter, they were met with a portal to the school instead. They have no recollection of trying to find you or how they got to that classroom. They have no memories of anything at all from the time they stepped into the portal to the time you found them. Thankfully, their term doesn't start for another few weeks. They are under close observation and send all of their love from each and every one of us in the Silverleaf household, but me especially. Please stay safe. I love you very much, Claire.
Seeing Claire's letter, especially seeing the mom and dad part, because Claire does not feel comfortable addressing their parents in such a manner, it just kind of like confirms that this is Claire, because Claire just is one of those kinds of types that doesn't give a shit, and that really inspires Cera to do like try harder in not allowing that to, permeate in their life, caring so much about what they think. But they definitely will write down all of the information in their potions notebook, as well as are probably next to the potion that they made, with some other notes about like certain things to make the potion perhaps easier in case like they need to take it faster, like possibly lozenge form, possibly a smaller but more concentrated dose, things like that. So they've probably been working really hard on their potions to try and like kind of distract their brain from the fear of almost losing their twin siblings. So I think that's what Cera is doing, and probably with a little bit of time blindness, forgetting that it's time to meet with their friends, but just so absorbed and hyper-focused in that work that they're just going to continue doing that and probably snap out of it probably way too late and immediately start closing things up and realizing that they scheduled a meeting also after with Professor Cadence to speak more about it, and to ask if maybe their parents got back to the headmaster as well, and things like that, because they informed their parents before probably the school did.
I love that for you. You do have all of that information readily available now in your potions book. Okay. So just in case you need it for later, but it definitely confirms that Professor Cadence was correct at first, that it was Sharproot, or it was like thought to be Hemrod. Okay. So Sybilline, this skulking, is it anywhere in particular or toward anybody in particular? Like, are you just like wandering? Are you?
Oh no.
With a dust stalk.
I have had a lot of moments to think about that vision that I had. So I think Professor Cadence is probably first on the list. I try to find the room that she was in and go to the desk and just like pour over it, just like see if there's like, is there a vibe in this room? Does it feel like magic was used here? I check like the mug on her desk to see if she was like drunk or something, or had some kind of I don't know, magical doobie she was smoking. I don't know. I'm trying to check her out and make sure that she didn't try to murder these children, because next on my list are the twins, because I don't trust them. They're sexy and mysterious, which could go either
That's
way.
a problem. That is a
I'm
problem.
in double trouble
I mean-
tonight. Double trouble.
And there's 2 of them. Like, who needs that? So
You know,
I mean,
You can't just make all your NPCs hot.
yes, you can.
I mean,
It's
I
endorsed.
can though, and I do.
Should do that.
Like 90% of a Mallorie NPC is extremely attractive. Just throwing that out there.
Making
yeah.
hot NPCs is praxis.
Just makes
Exactly.
even
everything
the
so
old
suspicious.
NPCs are pretty hot.
No, right?
It's true.
But then they're also sus. It's like you made them hot on purpose to throw them
Yes,
off the
It's a
scent.
distraction, and I will not be fooled.
Look. Sometimes it is enough of a distraction that people are pretty. Sometimes it is.
It's true, sometimes, but not today for Sybilline Brunson. Sibby is on the case. They are going to go and figure this shit out.
Perfect.
Yes.
You can easily find the room that Professor Cadence was in. It's one you've been in a million times. It is sort of like this lounge area that teachers tend to use, but because you get along well with most teachers, they will regularly send you on errands. Like you and Cera both get sent here a lot to like pick up parchments or whatever. So this like desk that Professor Cadence was sitting at, it's kind of like just a small brown desk. Everything is still set up just as it was in your vision, so it seems like no one else has used it in the meantime from whenever that happened to be. There's like a small like ink pot, even though like this is a very modern world, like she could easily just write with a regular pen. This woman is like been here forever. She's like, no, I loved writing with a quill and ink when it was popular and it was what we did, and I am not stopping. But there's like a little bit of ink spilled on the desk. The vials that were there that she was observing are not there anymore. And there is kind of like loose leaf parchment everywhere. Some of it is very random, like papers that need to be graded from last term that she just never got around to. Some of them are notes on her research in potions and things like that. Specifically, she has like a lot of like butterfly motifs on her. It's why Cera gave her the butterfly pin. She does research with butterflies from the non-magical world. It's never been clear what that is really on. This paperwork would suggest that it is more about the lifespan of butterflies and their transfiguration and how like nature in the non-magical world versus magic in the magical world, like what does that actually look like and where is the line that separates that. So yeah, most of this is just random stuff. If you would like to make me a check of brains that's a DC 13, then I can give you more than that.
I have a question.
Yes.
Oh god.
Oh god.
So, can I get pluses for Amity assisting me in finding things, since that's one of the things that she already is established to have done in
Yes.
this game?
You absolutely can.
What would the plus amount be? Or would it, like,
What
how
are
would that
you-
affect things?
What are you trying to have her find? Because if it's simple enough, she can just find it.
I'm trying to have her find anything that's suspicious. Like, I describe, like, the potion set to her, and, like, what I saw and, like, the feelings that I had. And I imagine, I mean, she was there when I had, like, my vision, and I was kind of tensed up and everything, and knowing that we have, like, telecommunications situations, this telepathic deal, I would hope that she would have, like, understood the emotion and how important it is. So I don't have anything specific for her to look for, just to assist me, like, aid me in finding anything that looks like it doesn't belong there.
Okay. She can find something for you. The role itself, she cannot assist with because it's not something Amity could find, is what I'll say. That role is not something Amity could find. But I will
Okay.
say that Amity can find, kind of like rolled under the desk in a place that is so small and low to the ground that you would not even be able to like lay on the ground and see it. But her being so small can lay on the ground and see that there's something underneath the desk, and she will kind of just look up at you and be like, it rolls, it's round. Like she doesn't know what to call it.
Okay, yeah, I definitely, like, plank on the ground and, like, lower myself carefully to look under there and, like, fish it out.
I'll say you can do that fairly easily. When you get it out, it just looks like a small sphere. It is this like pewter color almost, and it has engravings in it. A couple that make rings around it to kind of divide it into 3 sections, and in the middle there are runes that match the runes that were on your door at arrival day. It's that set of runes engraved into this ball.
I pocket it.
Yep. Feel free.
I touch the desk, I touch the pen, and I touch like the papers just to see if like it inspires anything, like if I'm gonna have one of my moments.
You have the
And if
quickest flash of something.
Okay.
Like, it is not a full thing. It is the quickest image. It's all of these papers in the exact same layout that they're in now, but they all have different information on them.
I take the papers too.
Go for it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking those too. And I think I try to skulk back out.
Go for it.
Remembering, like, probably chit-chatting mentally with Amity. Like, just because we didn't find anything today doesn't mean we're not going to find something next time. We can come back. We can take a look. We can see what's going on. And I don't know, maybe like Vole has something in their notebook that they don't remember when they were like doodling in class or something. I don't know. We can check.
Her only comment as she looks up, it goes, I'm assuming that's not a ball I can play with. Right?
No, this is not for you. But if it ends up not being anything weird, then you got first dibs, man. Yeah, I go back and join everyone else with that. Because I want my friends to look at it because I think maybe there's magic on these papers. And I want to know what this ball situation is and feel like maybe that was probably not the best place to do that investigation.
All right. You're doing great. I wouldn't worry about it. So where do you four finally meet up?
Our room, maybe?
Where?
Our room, maybe?
That classroom we met in before, maybe?
Our
secret
abandoned classroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
let's
gotta
go
name
there.
that. Yeah. Let's like name it a new class name. Like we'll just mention like we're going to like, I don't know.
Modern Haunting.
Modern Haunting.
Yeah.
I
Modern
can't. I got
Haunting.
modern haunting. I gotta go.
Sorry,
Sorry,
guys.
I'm out.
It makes us look like we're like really into our studies too. That's really good. Extracurriculars are important.
Does
I'm
that
writing
mean
down
that
modern
we-
haunting.
Does that mean that we call ourselves the Haunters
I'm into
Like
it.
the
or the
Pokemon.
Haunted?
Yes.
I love that. So
We are
Which
the
is
hunters
like-
of the haunted. Yeah.
Even more appropriate considering, but we've just been doing it for years, so here we go.
Oh my god.
It's fine. It's totally not foreshadowing, I'm sure. It's
Oh,
great.
no.
It's
Sure.
I don't know
say
why
that.
we're doing
Sure.
Mallory's
Don't say
job.
that.
sometimes it all just writes itself.
Mallory is
you know,
typing
I don't
cat
actually
emoji as
like
we're
have
talking.
to. I don't have to do anything. I'm just like, you know
Slamming
what?
on the keyboard in a
Fine.
quick fashion.
You can hear my keyboard. It's a typewriter keyboard. Like mine, it is loud as hell.
I had one of
Does
those. I
it
had to stop.
ding?
It was bad.
I think that as Sybilline comes in, Derryth is like laying on the floor on their back, just like reading through any books that she can find regarding the positioning of the planets. But she's barely even reading, mostly because she's just like, like sort of zoned out.
I'm just doing like that lean against the door, you know, like kind of like hooliganish, like sketching my notebook. I look at them both as they walk, and it's like, Dara said the stars are weird. Just get back to drawing.
Sarah will absolutely be late coming in, I think, because they were very distracted. But when they all meet and like probably like 5 minutes later, they just come bursting in the door like, I'm so sorry. I forgot what time it was. Ugh.
Are you okay?
Oh, that's
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I was working on potion stuff. I'm sorry.
How are
Ugh.
the kids?
Oh, they're
Biggest
fine.
question.
I got a message from my sister. They're doing okay. Apparently the potion granted a full recovery. And I'll share what the message says with everybody. I'll just kind of pass it around.
I'm doing my normal, like, protective, like, sealing, like, under the cracks, making sure this is as soundproof as possible. Like, Vole's got such doomsday prepper energy. Like, the second everyone's in, I'm, like, shuttering the windows. Like,
Perfect.
I think
But like the protect kind, not the like.
the protect kind. That's the only kind of magic that I can even do. Yeah.
Just like we're gonna make it safe in here if it kills me.
Yup.
Oh, hey! Hi, guys! Did you find anything interesting?
I got this. And Sybilline just kind of produces the ball, just very unceremoniously. Like, here it is.
What's that?
I don't know. It was weird. It was in a place it probably shouldn't have been. It was under something like it was trying to hide.
Does that mean you were in a place you shouldn't have been?
What? No. I am always supposed to be everywhere because I am studious.
Okay, so in this place you were absolutely supposed to be.
Well, I mean, I've been there before. So
Were you seen when you were in this place you were supposed to?
absolutely not, Vole. I was so sneaky. You should have seen how sneaky. Amity,
So
tell
then you
Vole how
weren't
sneaky.
supposed to be there because you were sneaky.
Well,
And also, they shouldn't have seen you because you were being so sneaky.
right. Nobody saw me.
Just to make sure this went as well as you wanted it to, can you do a flight roll
God.
for me?
Oh God!
Why is everybody asking me
Keep,
so many
like,
questions?
emphasizing how sneaky it was. And
I wasn't
just have to
emphasizing how
be
sneaky it
sure
was. I just
that it
connected
was.
two dots that was like I wasn't supposed to be there because I was sneaky. That's the only thing I did.
How many points do I need to sneak? To be the sneakiest. Not like
Be the sneakiest?
not like Dark Knight sneaky, because like let's be real.
Okay.
But
Not
like
just disappear behind
sneaky-
you, kind of secret.
Right.
Sneaky.
But sneaky so that no one knows I was in there today.
I'm gonna
Have sneak.
go with you're gonna need you're gonna
You wanna
need a
be-
12.
We gotta be
A
right in the middle
12?
between
Yeah,
the Dark Knight and Krunk. Like
You
somewhere right in the middle.
You're in a magic school with some of the like top faculty in the magical world.
That's
I made
fair.
these people so impressive, and you think that a 12 is too high?
We are just
It's
babies.
so high. All right, maybe some people saw me. Okay? Maybe. At one point, Amity's ear got stuck, and I had to free her. She got her head jammed in something, and I was
God.
trying to
Amity
get her
looks
out.
up at you, does not even say anything to you, but the look itself is like, why are you telling on me? Like, no one needed to know.
Listen,
No one
don't
had
get
to
upset with me. I don't need to deal with this look right now from you. I'm trying to
Parent.
explain to everybody that we were trying
Thou
to be
hast
sneaky.
betrayed me.
And, you know, I tripped a little bit too. It's cool, though. It's fine. Nobody stopped me from taking this weird shit. And I think if it was, you know, a problem, then someone would have come to get me. I only rolled a 4, so we're not going to get in trouble, okay?
Well, it either means that they didn't see you, which, great. Or it means they did, and they think that it doesn't matter and that we can't do anything to stop what they're doing. So, not great.
Or you were just so confident that they assumed you were supposed to be there. You know, that's what they say, is that if you can get into anywhere as long as you like pretend like you are supposed to be there. You know, that's
Thank
why
you.
they tell you to like dress up with an orange vest when you go to places, because people with orange vests and clipboards are always supposed to be there.
Derryth
I'm looking
gets
at-
broke in the middle of that discussion.
I'm looking at both of our school uniforms, Darren. We are both wearing orange vests. Like,
Derryth gets
yeah.
Okay, they understand. That's some Silverleaf knowledge, Cera. Silverleafs, they're just like, don't you know who I am? And then you just get into stuff. It was like that, but, you know, because
But then they like know who you are when you're getting into stuff. It's fine though. Can I see it?
Yeah, I mean, be careful. I don't know if it's weird or if it's got powers or something. I mean, it's not setting off my alarm bells, but I also have not been very excited to revisit that experience.
Almost just like reflex. As like it's passed over, Vole just like flicks the wand and like puts like a magical bubble, like Steven Universe style, bubbling something between, like sort of a protective barrier, just so you're not immediately bare skin touching this thing. If that's okay with you, Mallory. I would love
Oh,
to do
yes.
magic like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. I would love
Sybilline
that.
passes it with a bare ass hand.
Yep.
Just like,
Well, I guess it's already got one of us, so might as well not let this spread.
Too late.
Oh shit.
if I die, just take care of Amity, okay? That's all I need.
Hush.
I'm looking over Amity, by the way, knowing that they got their head stuck, and I'm making sure they're okay.
Oh, BB. All right, I want to look at this thing and see if I can discern its true nature or whatever.
Go for it. I need
Reveal
you,
your secret.
Yeah, exactly. Reveal.
I need you to make a grit check and a brains check.
Oh.
Grit.
Oh.
Fuck.
You wanted to touch the magical thing.
All right, so
One day, people will learn
my
not
grit
to
is
touch
pretty good.
magical
Ooh, it exploded! I
You're not
rolled a
like
12 on my grit. It
Nice.
exploded.
Yeah, you're fine.
So that is a total of 16.
Yeah,
for that.
you're
Nice.
you're totally good. Okay, now roll the brains roll for me.
Part
10 will
two.
get you
That
basic
is good.
information.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 6, and I do have enough adversity tokens to make that a 10, and I will do that because I and Derryth obviously are so curious about what the fuck this thing is. So
I love that so much. So yeah, you can hold this orb, and you kind of like roll it around in your hands. You have seen this once before, years ago, on your very first arrival day. When you were in the Grand Hall and you were getting ready to do your sorting, you could see one of the professors who is no longer here, has like moved on to another school, but they were rolling it back and forth in their hands. Kind of like a fidget, like a stem, just like rolling it back and forth. And when you heard another student ask about it, that is one of the orbs that is used on arrival day to make sure students get here, essentially. So they can kind of like put it in a slot next to the door. It's one, they make the slots like disappear by the time students get there, but it's beside the door, and they just kind of pop it in, and it'll activate the door for the day, and it'll rotate through all of the students that it is supposed to pick up. So like as each student starts to come through, it'll turn that door to their door, and they'll come through, and then it'll change to the next student and the next student and the next student. So there would all in all be maybe 8 of these orbs in existence. But normally when it's not like an arrival day or a like an excused absence where a student needs to go home for some reason, they're locked up because there's no reason to have them. And Briderra's number one concern is safety, always, which is why no one knows where the school is or anything like that. So they're always locked up when they are not in use.
What do you got,
except for
Derryth?
this one. Well, the good news is that I'm fine. The bad news is that this is definitely not supposed to be here, and I have a sneaking suspicion, Cera, that this is how your siblings got here, because this is one of those things that they like use to open our doors. That's what this is.
So you think that's how the kiddos got to Briderra?
I think somebody put it in the door to get to Cera's house.
Can we use it?
I don't fucking know.
Well, we have it, and with enough time. I'm just thinking, if the deck is stacked against us, if it's the worst, I know I'm being a big rain cloud about this, but if we're in trouble, and we're being watched or marked for something, having a quick sort of like guide to a new place, or even a get out of here fast sort of tool might be really smart.
Oh yeah, like fast travel in video games.
Yes, like fast travel in video games. I will.
Oh yeah, cool.
I'm looking at Cera like, do you know what video game? I don't know. I don't know where to even begin with video games if you don't know what they are.
I've heard of them, but I haven't played any. No.
Either way, a way to get somewhere to safety quickly in case things get dicey. What do you all think?
Well,
Wait,
I
does
mean,
this orb
that
go
would
to my house specifically, or does it go to other people's places of residence?
Well, as far as I remember from what I overheard in the conversation, and this is all hearsay, so just, this is like
Sure.
secondhand. From what I remember, and from my first year here, was that basically you put it in like a slot next to a door. And Mallory, please correct me if I'm recanting this incorrectly. Not recounting this incorrectly. I'm recanting the statement. No, you put it in a slot by the door, and then it like rotates through all of the students' doors so that we can all get here. And that's when the runes appear, and then we can go
Okay.
through and get here.
But there's not one for every student, right? There aren't.
No, there's just a couple. There's like 5 or 8 or something.
Aha.
And,
If there's only 5 or 8, that means the enchantment is changeable, right? Because if it's used for a lot of students, but there's only 5 or 8 in existence, that means we could probably tell it where we want it to take us. No?
I mean, it's probable, but I'm wondering
Well,
now
I don't know.
if what happened to my siblings was random happenstance or planned.
I'm sorry, I'm
I'll
thinking too
think
far
this
ahead. Of course, we
through.
need to solve that first. I'm trying to use it to get the better of them at their own
No,
game.
it's fine. I've been
Yes, sir.
hyper fixated on it for a little while.
I think it was planned.
Why would they?
Oh,
I mean, my siblings are just 12. Why plan it against little ones?
I mean,
because you-
I think it's because like someone's trying to get your attention, our attention.
Why do?
I had a vision, and I kind of like go back and tell you, like remind you of the vision, because I don't think I actually like told you guys what happened
Mhm.
last time. I just kind of was like, oh, I know something. But I let everybody know about the vision that I had, and that things got like really scary, and then I explained that that's where I found this, like in the same room under the desk where all of this happened.
Most definitely a place you were supposed to be then, huh?
Well, for investigative purposes, yes.
technically, it's not a space that you're not supposed to be in.
No complaint. I just that was pretty brave.
Thanks. Yeah, I tried. I went in. I did what needed to be done. I got a little bit distracted, but I did it.
Yeah, I think you did more than you thought you did too. If we can use this, because I don't think would expect us to have one of these. Weird that they left it just laying around.
Oh no, they didn't leave it laying around. Amity was nosing around under some stuff, and it fell underneath the desk, and I had to go fish it out. I don't think anyone like knew that it was there. They just sort of like left it, which also, that means somebody must have left it in a hurry. And I brought these papers too, and I just like start taking all the papers. Like, I found these papers too. They're not the same as the ones I saw in my vision, but they are the same. I don't know. I thought you guys could look at it and tell me what you think.
Hey, Mallory.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty observant cookie.
You are.
A lot of notes about my professors in my books instead of doing homework. Can I match handwriting samples?
I absolutely love that. Yeah, I'm gonna totally let you do that. It'll be a grit roll because Vole has kind of used this as a like survival mechanism of a sort, I would say. So I'm gonna call it a 12 if you want to just be like, yes, this is their handwriting, or no, it's not their handwriting.
All right.
If it is a 16 or higher, I will then call it a, like, it's not this person's, but it's definitely close to this person's sort of situation.
Okay. I have +5 to my grit on magic checks, but otherwise I'm just making grit +1 for my wand, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. So just regular old grit check. Ooh, that's only a 6, but I want to know who this is.
So 5
I think that's
plus 1, that gets you to 12. So you can at least know whose it is.
Oh, wait, I'm
right?
sorry. I think I misunderstood. I rolled a 5 on the die, then +1 for my wand, unless you're letting me apply my magic to it too. Yeah.
If you want to use your magic to it, if there is some sort of magical reason that you can use your magic, like if you want to explain that to me, I'll totally let you do it.
I mean, I honestly was just mad. I think that's me fudging it too much, to be honest with you. That's just me trying to do big number. But
if I can assist, I would
awesome.
like to give adversity tokens, and maybe perhaps because Cera is so close with, in the other way, on like really interacts with the professors in the school, perhaps I can use that knowledge to kind of assist and grant some adversity tokens.
Absolutely,
Because
let you do that.
1 adversity counts for 2. How many would you need?
Can we team up? Because I can also give some of mine.
You can absolutely use your own as well as taking Cera's.
So minimum, we hit a 12 to succeed at this, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. So we want to each give 3 and hit the minimum, or do you want to try and get the big number?
If I give 3, then you technically get 6. So
wow. I forgot you have that.
Too. Yeah, because I'm a
Mhm.
friend. That's
so
what I do for
Because
fun.
I'm friend.
Oh, I love this game.
Friend.
Yeah. If however many you want to, I have plenty that I can.
No,
put
I'm
towards this
definitely.
as
I
well.
have 11 right now, so I'm definitely down to give you 3. If you.
Okay,
if you
let's.
want.
Yeah, and then you said a 16 would get us to like all the info we need right now.
I think getting us to a 16. I don't mind giving another one. I can give 4 if that helps.
And then I can give the rest. Yeah, perfect. So
There we go.
8 from. So 8 plus 6. So you get us to 14, and then I will spend the other 2 to get us up to 16.
As you all look over all of this, the handwriting that is on here, some of it is students' handwriting, like it's papers that they turned in that she never got around to grading. So you're not super sure. They're both like the 2 papers that are here that are like multiple pages long. They're both Vasora students, so it's not anybody that you would know super well. But the handwriting itself looks similar to Professor Cadence's, but it's not her handwriting. Like it's got like it was very clearly studied of like, oh, she puts her loops in her L's this way, or
So
like
someone is
she writes her
mocking-
A's like that.
Is imitating hers. Okay.
Yes.
Is someone framing the professor?
That's what I was thinking when you told me what you did, Sib. Because honestly, it doesn't make sense that Professor Cadence would do that.
Well, I mean, she wasn't by herself.
It's possible that somebody's using her in some way.
I mean,
to
there
have that
was
kind of concoction, you would
Using
have to.
her or impersonating her. Why didn't
There-
Professor Cadence
there was-
recognize the poison?
there was someone else there, though. Like, the twins were there.
Right.
So, I mean, one of them was like staring at her, kind of, and like watching her.
But you
And
said the other one was trying to talk with her and couldn't get through to her. Is that correct?
yeah, but like, I don't know. I mean, I know, with like divination and stuff, I haven't really gotten there yet, but like, I think what if you can like alter memories? Maybe I'm not seeing the right thing.
No,
I'm
it's
still
possible.
new at it.
There's a lot of plausibilities here and possibilities. So I mean, I commend your effort. I could never imagine going through what you do. It's all of it is just complex. It's hard to just imagine one side from it at this point. It's either they're good or they're bad, but I'm sure there's some gray area all throughout this. It's like, where exactly do they lie? I'm just hoping that Professor Cadence isn't in any danger.
I mean, you know how you said that they were talking about us being like people that are like, that were kind of
Right.
like, what if it's not like just us? What if it's also like a teacher?
It's possible.
I think there's 2 things we can do here. We can should probably try and use this door finder. 1, to give us a safe way to get away if we need to get away somewhere in a hurry. And this is far beyond my purview, but if there's a way to try and figure out what it was used for last, to prove that it was used to bring the twins through, at least that'd be some sort of proof to bring to someone who might help us.
Well, and they got a letter, but then it vanished. So they don't remember anything. They don't remember consuming anything, at least from Claire. Claire is very good. She knows just how to write back to me with my potion making. So I made sure I marked down all of the observations in case we see something again.
That means loss of memories come up potentially twice now in this mystery.
Well,
That
the
roll that
important
you
thing
just-
also is we got to make sure we study for our exams as well.
Hey, Derryth, that roll you just made for me, what'd you get?
I got a
love that.
10.
Okay.
What? Oh.
But I'm gonna bump it.
Okay.
I have enough to do it. Just enough.
Just enough. All right, the rest of your adversity tokens are gone.
Yep, everything's
These
gone.
papers that now lay out on the desk that Sybilline pulled out, you all watch as Derryth sort of just moves their wand ever so slightly across them. All of the fake words that are on them all melt away. And these are the notes that Sybilline watched being written in the vision.
Oh.
They detail everything about Hemrot and its properties that are pulled from hemlock, which is the non-magical poison that they are derived from. It also details Sharproot. It has a list of all of the symptoms that are the same, and then there is paperwork pulled in there that is a list of types of spells and other potions and things that could kind of all be combined to make the differences between Sharproot and Hemrot be pretty much unnoticeable, to make it look like it is one instead of the other. And all of that is in there. And then there is one sheet of paper that is in different handwriting. That is what Sybilline saw one of the twins write. That was like, this is dangerous, do not touch, all of that. That is in separate handwriting than all the rest of this, but it is all together in this file.
Derryth, how did you do that?
Oh, it's an illusion.
Right, like how the illusion happened with my twins, with my siblings.
Yeah. Well, I thought that Sib said that they thought that the notes looked different. So I thought maybe there was another illusion going on, and there is.
Does the handwriting in the illusory script look the same as the actual handwriting that was revealed?
It is still like the imitation Professor Cadence, but it's not as good. It was like they had less practice by the time they were writing this.
Okay. And they were in a hurry.
And they were in a hurry. And then whatever was put on top of it, they took their time with and practiced more before they did it.
Using Cera's knowledge with herbology and potion making, can she write these notes into her notebook?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Totally.
So she's going to quickly write and also put her own observation, or put their own observations in a different color. Like they have one of those pens that kind of changes color. It's the sunflower pen that they have, and it just changes to a different color, so they can write a little note in it and then changes it back to that color, and just continues to write. They just are hyper focused, and they're getting all of it down.
Do they also color code their notes?
Yes, absolutely they do, or they'd never be organized otherwise.
You can only imagine.
Little doodles later. Those come later. I have to focus right now, but then little doodles will come later.
So we are going to speed through the next 48 hours, but as a small present from me to you, because I love you for so much, choose one of your classes. Choose one stat that is related to that class. Get a +2 bonus for the exam for that die type.
Dang.
And they're going to do that as we go to break, and we will be starting their exam promptly in 10 minutes. So
where has the time gone?
Get a drink, get a snack. I don't know how we've already got an hour and a half to do it, but this is fine. Everything's fine.
Oh my god, we have! Holy shit!
Somehow, we might go a tiny bit long just to make sure they get through their exam, because it's important, and we're off next week, and who knows what could happen in the next hour and a half or so. So we'll be back after break. Go fill up your waters.
It's a holiday tomorrow.
Do all the things.
I don't like that.
It's a holiday tomorrow. Everybody can sleep in.
If there's any reason to have tomorrow off, it's so I can play tonight.
Exactly.
I want to be able to sleep in.
There you go.
So I can play tonight.
We'll be right back.
Except it's magic.
Because it's the last one you'll ever get.
Thank you, Stardew. Every time.
Oh, did you mute yourself?
Yes, I
That's
did. I just need
It's
to
not
start
a-
doing the
hey,
mic
it's not
instead
a proper
of this.
stream unless you mute yourself. by
It's
accident all
not.
the time.
Honestly, there has to be at least one
You can't
time
be a
that as
professional
stream
streamer.
master, I fuck up, and I never mute you all. It is only me.
That's
Every-
that's the joy of being a professional streamer. Is you got to mute yourself at least
I
3
have
times.
I need to make it a stream deck button. I have it set up to where you all can never be heard on like breaks or anything like that, but I can in case I need to talk to people. So I have to remember to mute myself, which means I have to remember to unmute myself. And
I'll
that
tell you what I
second part
have
doesn't happen.
when we're done. I got you. I have a button. I'll share you the
Yeah.
deets.
Thank you. I need a button.
I'll show you the deets to my button.
I hope you all had a wonderful break. I hope my players had a wonderful break, and I hope that this bit of like silliness that comes with me muting myself is like comforting in the times that are ahead.
Oh my god.
No.
Come on. We are
Um,
trying to keep a positive attitude here. And
Y'all.
you're just
I
poking
think
holes in
I
the
said
balloon.
that in a very
Morale is
positive
low.
way. I think I said that in a delightful way. I said
No.
I hope
You're
it
about to
brings
die.
positivity.
Candace,
Exciting.
I'm
morale
sure it's
is
fine.
willfully high.
I
Gosh
would not
darn
worry
it.
about it. It's gonna
No.
be fine. So we start. We have now fast forwarded. It is Thursday at 3:30, and the 4 of you stand in front of the doors of the Great Hall, which is where you are supposed to meet Isla and Adara. I do need to know, as you all are walking in, you see the 2 of them up on like the platform that is at the head of the room. And for those that may not remember, this room is like 50 foot long because it needs to fit 900 children at dining tables. So it's huge. And at the very head of the room, which is on the far side of the doors, these 2 stand in like quiet contemplation. They just kind of watch you all walk in. There is no initial greeting from across the room or anything like that. They both stand here in their like matching robes. Their only difference being that Isla's is orange, Isla's is orange and Adara's is blue. And they normally would have all black robes because they're faculty. But for this occasion, I guess their robes look much more like student robes, but they still have their faculty pins on them that would like indicate as a head of house situation. You can also see behind them that Axel is sitting there. He is also like in what look more like student robes, but theirs are obviously purple because they are head of house for Aniara, and they also have their faculty pin on. They sit in their chair that is like at the faculty table, but sit in it completely incorrect. Like their back is not to the back of it. Their back is up against one arm and their feet are dangling over the other arm, and they're just kind of chilling there watching. As far as you all were aware, it was only supposed to be the twins adjudicating, so it's a little weird to see him back there, but it's probably fine. As you all like approach, what order do you stand in? So I need to know like which of you is closest to the windows and which of you is like farthest from the windows.
Because of what happened last time with windows, I think Vole will make sure they are between their friends and the windows. Please don't let something break the windows and drag me out, love Trout. Okay, here we go.
I'd probably be right near Trout, concerned because of what they heard and because of what happened. So I'm just keeping an eye on everything.
Vole throws themselves on swords to protect their friends.
And I'm very concerned about this.
It's fine. We're fine. Everything's great.
I'm probably as far away as possible, considering Derryth's fear of what had happened before with the windows.
I feel like that wasn't mentioned when I asked Derryth what they were afraid of. So interesting.
Windows.
Yep.
I
That one missed the list.
think I think
Technically,
Sybilline is like I think Sybilline is like lingering near Vole and like trying to like keep eyes everywhere. They're a little unsettled, to say the least. They're not like scared of the tests. They're fine in the tests, but just the
Everything
atmosphere. Yes.
Sarah's probably in the same headspace.
So, as you all walk up, they kind of meet your gaze individually. They linger for just a moment on Eddie, like at Vole's feet. As you walk up, but like not in like a malicious way at all. They're just like, weird. Like, because no, you don't see black Pomeranians with white noses. Not very common. But they will wait for the four of you to kind of like settle in where you would like to stand. And again, Axel will is sort of looking over you all and like monitoring what's happening, but is not saying anything. And so Adara will kind of address the four of you as like the person that is more in charge of the Fates exams, because as they are like co-deputy headmistresses, they both have still sort of separated what they're doing, and Adara is much more involved in the Fates exams prep than the regular classroom learning, which is more eyeless speed. So Adara will stand and address you all. Hello. It's very nice to see the four of you. Obviously you are right on time to your exam. We very much appreciate it. It was mostly outlined in my letter to all of you. I assume everyone has the supplies they would like to have. Yes?
Oh, sure.
Just wanted to
I'm holding my wand.
Perfect. That was the
That's
only
what I
thing
got.
the letter was like, you are required to bring your wand. Anything else, totally open. It is nice to see the four of you and your familiars. Obviously they are welcome to help you on this test in normal familiar ways. We are going to do a few different steps to all of this. And as she keeps going, I need everybody to take off their headphones but Derryth.
Fuck!
I knew I'd get to use these solo screens someday. Yeah, you. All right, so I'm gonna take us to solo screen because I think since no one else can hear, they don't need to see anybody else, you know. So I'm just gonna let you settle in this. So, our beautiful, beautiful solo cams. As you stand, Vole normally would get some sort of warning and be like, okay, you know, like the train whistles that they heard last time, that they told you, like, there is some sort of situation. There was no warning here. But as you stand farthest away from the windows, you start to hear pounding again.
Okay.
And it is loud. Like, there is no build-up, there is no casualness. This is just... And it gets to a point, like, as it goes, like, it's so loud, it's as it peaks, that it almost sounds like it is right next to you, even though you are, like, over halfway across the room.
I think that, honestly, as soon as it starts, there's, like, almost like a jump scare moment where Derryth is going to try to backpedal and probably trip and fall, and then just kind of, like put their head, like, almost like in airplanes, like the crash position.
Yep.
A little bit, except that they're like you know, like kneeling on the floor, so they just kind of have their hands over their head, and they're like hearing these noises getting louder and louder, and just kind of being like, oh god, okay, this is coming, it's gonna fall, oh no, okay, gotta be safe.
No one else moves. They don't even
Nobody...
notice. They don't notice you on the ground. Like, it seems like everybody is frozen where they stand.
But the noise is still going?
The noise is still going.
Okay, so after a minute, they probably, like, kind of do one of those things where they're like, oh, what the fuck is happening? Oh gosh. Hello? Hello? Oh no. No, it's okay. It's okay. Let's see. What could be happening right now? It's an illusion. It's an illusion just like all of the other ones. And she's going to look around the room and see if she can see anything that seems out of place.
If you look toward the windows, the source of the noise the first time was not evident in any way. It was all blank. Like, all the windows were not occupied. There was no shadow. There was no anything. But now as you look, there are shadows that move behind each window, like within rhythm of the pounding.
It's back there. It's got to be in my head. There's something in my brain. This is exactly what Vole was talking about. Fuck. Is Morel moving at all or no?
Was Morel on you, or was he somewhere else?
Probably sitting on my shoulder. That's where he tends to be.
Then yes, Morel is moving.
Oh, buddy! Oh, boy. You seeing this too? Yeah, okay. Can you just do a once around and see if you can see anything? Like, anything weird? And I'm gonna send him off to do a flyover.
He will do his lap. Totally fine. Is there anything you want to do while he's doing this?
If nobody else is moving, I want to run up to the platform and poke the teachers.
Okay, you can totally do that. None of them move.
They don't move either. They're not.
All three of them are frozen, just like your friends are.
I'm gonna walk over to the windows and see if I can. I just want to see if I can figure out, like, the shape of these things. Is it anything that looks familiar?
Give me a roll about it. Brains DC 10.
That's a 9. Oh, that's right. Stardrew gave me one adversity token.
One adversity token. If you would like to use it, you are more than welcome.
I would like to use it. Thanks, Stardrew.
So as you approach the windows and you see the shadow that just pounds and pounds and pounds, they start to take the shape as you get closer of people. There is one per window. And far off in the distance, you can see like a very small shadow of a person. Like, it almost seems like they are standing very far back to where these 6 look like they are attempting to break the windows open.
So there's 6 of them close up and 1 of them far away.
Mm-hmm.
Like the planets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I think that Derryth is going to walk back to where she was standing originally and take a deep breath. Okay, it's just information. It's information that we can use. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. I can feel it.
Your ears start to burn. Like red hot. And as they do, you hear a crack. And then you're back. You're good now. You can come back. You're good. It's all fine.
Oh, boy.
I did the thumbs up and nobody came back. Come here. Come back. Put your headphones on. See? Nothing to be alarmed about at all. Nothing happened. And now we'll go back to full screen, so everybody is back. There we go.
Hi! I wanted to be all like silly and just be like, "What you smiling for over there?" I saw that smirk. I saw that GM.
Just things working out the way I want them to be honest.
Totally fine.
Sure.
Sure. Everything's fine.
Sure.
As you come back, everybody resumes.
Mhm.
For
Okay.
you three, nothing happened at all. Don't worry about it. And for Derryth, as you take that breath and you hear that last noise, everything resumes. And while Adara keeps speaking, you see Axel out of the corner of your eye just glancing at you.
And I, not knowing anything about social protocols, am going to stare at them right in their eyeballs.
Fantastic.
Right into their eyeballs.
They do not break eye contact. So as long as this staring contest goes on, they're in this to win this. Like, they are not stopping.
A game of chicken, you say?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, and Derryth doesn't like understand that, so she's literally she's probably holding her hands over her ears and staring at Axel, and is just kind of like,
Isla and
like
Adara
blinking a lot and not really understanding what the fuck is going on.
No, don't worry about it. They completely understand that you don't know what's going on. They've had you in class before, so they're like, this tracks a lot. So they're like not really fazed by the fact that you're doing this, and they're just like, hey. Isla and Adara do not seem fazed either, and don't really pay attention to the fact that your like hands are over your ears, because they definitely were not a second ago. But like now, as you stand like that,
Like
the burning is starting to die down a little bit, like slowly. And as Adara sort of finishes her spiel, which is not something you've listened to a word of, she will look at the four of you. All right. If you are quite ready to begin, any
oh sure.
protest?
Well, no, I think that we're quite ready.
Who
And
has
Derryth is gonna look at everyone else like, quite.
But Cera has their notebooks ready. They're ready to go.
Yeah. Who has our magical door finder dongle?
Yeah, I can't be trusted.
The DFD.
It's not a guarantee I'd know how to turn it on. So whoever knows how to do that.
I think Derryth has it.
Derryth has a pretty hefty backpack that they carry around, because they have like a bunch of gardening tools and a bunch of notebooks and a bunch of other
Bless.
crap that they probably don't need, but like it could totally come in handy, man. You don't
Right.
know. So they probably also have that in there, but like in a little pouch so that it's not super obvious.
Good deal. Then, yeah, as long as I know where that is, yeah, ready. And I have
It's in the
one
outside
notebook
pocket.
and a wand.
Isla will shoot a quick glance at you before they start to lead you out. Miss Gold, are you alright?
Oh sure, yeah, I'm fine. I just, I thought I was getting a little bit of a headache, but it's gone now.
Roll
Cera
me a
hearing
charm.
that will like look towards.
Yeah, we're
Derryth
all
and-
kind of looking at Derryth.
Yeah, this is like a collective deception check. Please roll me charm. DC for the teachers is going to be 10. DC for your friends is 15. Because they know you.
I got a 6. So I'm not fooling anyone.
And you have no adversity tokens left because you just
I don't have a
blasted the
single
OG.
bit.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
because
it's
I
so-
needed to know things. I don't care about charming people.
No,
I gotta
knowledge is
know.
important. You know what? That's fair and valid.
To be fair, you
Oh,
did
no.
just learn some wonderful information that at some point you may or may not pass off. Right now, you don't have time. There are teachers around. So
Was it
as-
wonderful though? Or-
No,
just checking in.
Candace.
Just checking in.
No, it was
Would I
not.
be excited for mine?
I do.
I do not
nothing
enjoy
but
this
wonderful
information.
Things. I don't know what anybody's speaking of. I am nothing but a benevolent and kind GM.
Of course.
I've
I
been
would
stressed
rather
out
hire
for a
Sarah
week,
Harlan.
but okay.
With Derryth, with that fib Derryth just did, I'm just gonna just gently place my hand on their arm and just gently rub and just kind of like comfort. and just go, oh, you know, they're probably just feeling a little bit worn out because we've been studying for so long, just to kind of assist.
Amity has healing breath. I like raise her in your face and have her like lick you.
Oh, baby!
The twins both
Derryth
kind of
goes,
just look at you
"Muzzle
for
Amity."
a second in this way of like, oh, children, and like walk around you all and start to lead you out of the Great Hall. Axel will stand and waits for you all to like get 20 paces ahead before they walk. Yes.
When they're around, can Sybilline just like, can I like, I don't know, just like look at them and see if there's like vibes?
Vibe check.
You absolutely can. That's a charm
Like,
roll.
okay.
It's gonna make
My
it
charm-
a 10.
My charm is not my
really.
best.
That's all right. Also, as you make this roll, Vole, as you all are walking out of this room, you hear the sound of a train whistle that has already passed. Like, as a train speeds off and you hear the, like, echo of distance, that's what the train whistle sounds like. With that, what'd you get for that roll?
A 15!
Lovely.
Woo!
Yeah, that's 5 above. You get a greater success in this game. So as you kind of like clock them as they're walking ahead of you all, they are both like perfectly in time with each other. Like seem very much like, with everything that's happened so far, even seem very much like they were almost like trained and guided to be one part of the other, if that makes any sense. They don't seem to be like malicious in any way. There is no like negative intention in this test or like where they're taking you. It is very just like academic, matter of the fact, like this is what has to happen sort of thing. You could probably tell as you all were like getting ready to walk that there was definitely some sort of like split second connection almost between Isla and Derryth. But that is it. That's like all that there is in that moment. But everything is fine. Like almost in a way that they, I don't want to say protective because that's not quite the right word, but it is like very close to that as far as like they want to make sure that you all get through this. They just need to make sure like that you on your own will get through it well.
Okay. I think her hackles lower a little bit and they kind of like take like a deeper breath and their gait kind of becomes a little bit more easy. And they like link arms with Derryth and just like pull them close. Like they don't say anything. They're just like protectively like on your arm, like come here.
And she gives you a little bit of a squish face, kind of like, and like does one of these and is kind of skipping a little bit, which is like funny because they're pulling you forward like awkwardly, but then also trying to keep in lockstep with you. So they're kind of like, like awkwardly swinging your arm. It's okay. We're gonna be okay.
As you all walk, Axel is staying just about 20 paces behind. Like, is not saying anything, is just, like, seems to be very much just here to observe. And the twins will take you out, and down a few hallways, sort of to this, like, back area that there aren't a lot of classrooms back here. It's more of, like, extra storage, and, like, it's a way to get to the dorms. It's not one that a lot of students take, but it's definitely a way to get there, just kind of roundabout. But it is where the gallery wall sits. And so, obviously in the non-magical world, people have gallery walls everywhere. But the non-magical version was taken from the magical world, which is sort of a way to have like all of these like paintings and portraits and special like oddities in one space without needing to have this physical space for all of it. So if you stare at it for long enough and then will slowly glance in a direction, that wall will grow and you can see all of the portraits and paintings and things that should be on it. It means that when you walk by on the daily and don't take like the second to glance at it, that those paintings sort of just rotate in and out every day. They all exist there, so they kind of magically populate where they want. So they approach this wall with you all, and you see Adara take out her wand and spin it once, casting something. Like there is a light blue glow at the end of her wand, but there is no like light or magic that moves from it. And as she does, the gallery wall expands without you having to look at it and make it expand in your own vision. It just does. And so now this hallway is about 3 times the size that it was. And in front of you is a lot of the same portraits that you've seen all the time. It's former headmasters, Void Vault champions, like different faculty that has different acclaims. Like Professor Lucian is on it for some of her research, things like that. There are a few different oddities, like the Broom that won the national championship of Void Vault like 50 years ago. It's things like that, like the things that every school honors, but just in magical form. But there is one small difference. As you look to your left, there are 7 new portraits hanging on this wall. They look very familiar to Sybilline, but not to anyone else. As you all stand there, there are 7 like brass picture frames that look very similar to the picture frames in our overlay. They are all kind of like unpolished, like they look old, like no one has had time to clean them. They were just sort of added last minute. There are plaques attached to all of them, but these plaques have no name. And in each portrait itself, there is a person in Briderra robes, black down the middle, like their faculty or something like that. They all have a head of house pin, and they're in order. So it is Furwery, Marline, Palamore. The one in the center has a rainbow pin, and then it is Vasora, Yexari, Aniara. No plaque has a name, and all of the faces are smudged out like a fresh oil painting with like a hand just run across it to ruin the face.
Portrait of a lady on fire.
Above all of these portraits, it has like one really large plaque that says what is yours but is most often used by others. The twins stay behind you and say nothing. Axel is kind of off to the side, like away from the twins, and is keeping that distance with you.
Could you say the what is yours most
Sure
often?
Can.
Yeah.
What is yours but is more often used by others?
Wouldn't it? That would be your name, wouldn't it?
That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as these pictures don't have any of those.
Hmm.
Just look at the twins. So whose name ought we write on the pictures then?
You aren't writing any. They will appear when you do the right thing, I guess.
Could I ask what's being tested here?
Innovation. Isla looks like she's about to crack up at the fact that her sister cannot come up with anything right now. Like her sister is just floundering in these questions. And Isla's just like, okay. This was your one job.
This is why no one wants Vole in their class.
She
Just
was
a
like, this
gadfly.
was your one job and you're already fucking it up. In the way that most sisters do. So that's all that she sort of has for you. It's just, it is a test of innovation.
Oh, well, what are we supposed to do? Say, like, cadence? And then, I don't know. The names appear, or what? Because that's the person there, right? In the yellow?
If you look down the wall, there's already a portrait of Professor Candace. Yes.
Looking at the person with the rainbow pin, can I roll my history of magic or like use history of magic to remember who the founding headmaster or headmistress was?
You sure can.
On that same kind of vein, do I notice anybody on the portraits? I know the faces are wiped out, but I'm looking for any silver leaves on any of them.
Ooh.
Yes. The person with the silver leaf has the head of house pin of Aniara.
Okay. Would I know which member of my family would have been in that house?
I don't know. You can make a check about it. Make it
Okay.
brains.
Roll some dice about it.
Roll some dice about it. Let's see.
Okay. Well, and I did pick brains for my
Yeah.
bump up. Yeah. So that's what do I add to that?
That is going to be. Oh, you get a +2 bonus for that.
A +2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What's my test number?
You're gonna, because this is, I gotta go with like a 16. Like this is not recent by any means.
16.
So it's gonna have to be like, but like also the Silverleaf strike me as people that would be like, no, your family history type people. So I'm gonna go with 16.
You have 10 adversity tokens.
Do.
I'm
You
gonna
have-
have to use a lot of
You
them
have
for this.
the
I only
most
rolled
at
an 8.
You have the most at this point. So
I know I do.
If you'd like help, you helped me out. I'm happy to give you some of mine.
Oh, you're sweet.
We're a team.
got-
We're a family.
I
We're
got an
working
8.
together.
I would have to use 8 adversity tokens.
Let me help out. I'd love to.
I can too.
Okay.
I have none. Sorry.
That's okay.
I may or may not have forced Derryth to use the last one while you all were away.
I'll
can
use 4.
Oh gosh, that's a lot. Okay.
And then yeah, how about I just make up the difference? I can do the other 4, and why don't you hold on to yours, since you can spend like
Yeah.
Oh,
'cause
because
you
mine
have
are
to
double.
help us
I
out.
see what you're
Mhm.
saying. Okay.
yeah.
I'm like,
why
you
don't we
guys
just
are giving
handle
me
this for
so
you?
many. Oh my god. And then I
Makes
understand
so much
immediately.
sense,
Mechanically, mine are worth more. I got it. Okay. I mean, I'll take
think-
it. Then
yeah.
then we would hit the 16.
Well, narratively, I think we know that we feel invigorated in our best selves when you're helping us. Like, we just know that about you as a friend. So yeah.
It's true.
Gosh.
It makes me so
Friendship.
happy that when I met with you all individually about your characters, all of you were like, I'm going to be the friend of everybody, and I did not tell a soul that all of you said that to me, and I was like, this is going to be great.
Yay, friendship.
Every last one of you said it.
The
Yeah,
power of friendship.
you can absolutely remember that there was a day that you sat down with Vole and Sybilline, and you were going through your family tree because your parents were dragging you to some other event. That was like another important thing that the Silverleafs donate money to, and it's like another thing that you're just like, I have to do this every year, and it's a pain, but like I have to know all these people's names. If you go all the way back, 436 years ago, Indigo Silverleaf was a member of Aniara.
Indigo Silverleaf?
Mhm.
Okay.
Ooh. If that's relayed to us, I have a thought. I'll wait to see what you do.
Oh, what was the class they were in? I'm sorry.
Aniara.
Okay. Of course. It's probably the class they wanted Cera to go into.
It's the creatives, like
Yeah.
the creatives that imagine a better world and like how
Okay.
to make things to make them.
Well, I will gesture towards that portrait, and I said, well, that would be Indigo Silverleaf.
As you say it, the portrait fixes itself, and you see a person that looks very, very, very much like you. Short red hair, big silver glasses. Instead of the chains, they wear a silver leaf around their neck. that have like Cera's soft freckles and their like
So-
face shape and those green eyes.
So
I feel like also Cera would wear, or their ancestor would probably wear more dark academia. Like Sarah's probably the only one in their family that wears such comfortable clothing.
There is definitely nothing that would indicate, like, there is no sunflower, there is no like sunshininess. It's not that they're like wearing like all black or anything, but it's very much like under their robe you can sort of see like the beginnings of like a dark purple like dress or top of some kind. And they wear like darker eyeshadow and have like a deep burgundy lipstick. And all of this has been corrected, and the name Indigo Silverleaf is like you can watch as it is engraved into the plaque underneath the name.
So Cera, they're it's not people in the future, it's people in the past then, right?
It looks like it.
I have a wild.
Oh wait,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You do this
No,
first, and then I'll let.
I have a truly bananas idea. I don't know if it's good, but Vole has a very weird specific memory about the silhouettes of many, many dead things. I wouldn't know a name, but can I know a shape with a roll?
You can roll it. You can know a shape with a roll. Give me grit, because that's what you were working with at the time. DC is 10 for 1. For every 5 above that, I'll give you another 1. Sybilline, what is your roll for history? What was it? That looks like
A 30.
Ah!
Whoa!
What?
But wait,
Let's go!
I got a natural
Sorry.
20 on my brains roll, and then
Hell yeah.
How am I supposed to do this? I made a nice puzzle situation, and then there's a 30.
sorry.
So I just want to say before
Yes.
we do this that Derryth definitely has a copy of the handbook in their backpack, which means
Absolutely.
that they know who the headmaster is.
They do, but with a 30, I'm
So-
going to give her much more than the name.
Yes, okay.
Because I have
Good,
to.
good, good.
Yeah.
You
Good.
can like consult that handbook as you would wish. You're more than welcome to this whole time. So because of your ridiculously high roll, Jesus Christ.
I told you I was annoying to have at the table.
Hey,
tried to
I welcomed this.
You're
I
a treasure
wanted
and a
this.
delight. What do you mean?
I wanted this. I've been so excited to play with Candace. I was supposed to sit at their table in August of last year, and we're finally starting to play together on a regular basis. It makes me very happy. Even if you fuck up my life like this, it's fine. So as you stand and you stare at this portrait of this person with the faculty robes and a rainbow pin, you know that 436 years ago, Briderra was founded by the youngest headmistress that any magical institute at the time had ever seen, and her name was Bridget Aratus, which is how the school got its name. She was very powerful in what she did, especially for being her age. And I will even give you the rest of the history sort of surrounding this. There were 6 others that founded the school with her. Each acted as a head of house, including Indigo Silverleaf, who was the head of house for Aniara. Now, while all of their names and their portraits and anything like that were all lost to time, no one has seen these names or seen these photos or paintings in hundreds of years. Unless you were there when it happened, you wouldn't know, because everything was wiped out during the battle that happened 17 years later when people attacked the school.
Okay.
So as you say her name out loud, her portrait will fix itself. She has like white blonde hair, very angular features, like very sharp eyebrows, and wears like a pendant around her neck that is like this aquamarine sort of color. And she has just like very light makeup, like looks very just like kind of regular, like in her everyday life. Like her like looks and stuff were not ever what she focused on. So like straight white blonde hair, one braid in it, faculty robes, let's go. Like that is the vibe of Brigida Aratus.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'm walking up and down the line, looking at silhouettes, trying to see which, because I wouldn't see everybody. It was moving very quickly, but so you said grit minimum requirement was 10 for one
10,
of them.
10 for one. Every 5 above, I'll give you another one.
I would like to use magic for this. I'm going to give this a try.
Fantastic. Go for it.
Vole closes their eyes and starts drawing a silhouette from memory with their wand, like just kind of like making a shape and smoke of a person that they've held on to because they will not forget. And they're saying under their breath, I saw your face when it was shade. I won't forget. Don't be afraid. And I'm going to try and hit this.
For it.
So that, and then we'll roll our magic die. So that's a 16.
Okay, 16. So you can have 2. Which 2 would you like? I'll let you pick.
I think it's hard not to go for the one from their own house. I think they'd gravitate towards it because they just feel a connection.
As you draw out the silhouette, you see that instead of like the name popping up first, everything in the shape that you draw kind of fades backward into the painting, and as it does, the painting takes on the shape of the silhouette you've drawn until it draws in like the more defined features and restores the painting itself. So now you have kind of unveiled Juniper Dendron, who has the head of house of Marline, looks very, very similar to you in of ways. The hair is longer and it's black. The like hair is definitely was not cut by scissors in the way yours was, like crafting scissors. But like has the like darker features, has like dark circles under their eyes pretty naturally, not as dark as yours, but like very prominent sort of in their way. Angular features, and they have like silver piercings that are, they don't match yours exactly, like there's one in their eyebrow and things like that, but their robes are faculty with that, and then like underneath the collar you can see that they're wearing black underneath. And you just see too many similarities for it to maybe be a coincidence.
I think I messed it up. I must have put me into it. Sorry, can I redo it?
No need.
Okay.
You get another one, by the way.
Yeah, who's right next to Juniper? Like which?
Furwary would be on one side, Palomar would be on the other.
I'll do Palomar.
Okay. As you draw that silhouette, you see the same thing. It fades back into the painting and starts to reshape itself. And this one has like slightly softer features, but still like a very prominent jawline. Dark green eyes that are like very, they're hard not to look into. They're just very unique in their color. Long black hair and diamond orange studs. And I think Vanessa knows what's happening. But this very much, it looks like Derryth. Down to the earrings that Derryth is currently wearing.
What is going on? I'm looking at Derryth. Did you do that or did I do that?
Oh no, I think it's just like that.
I'm staring at the twins like, I'm not saying anything because clearly they've always been in control here, but like clearly I'm owed an explanation and I will wait. I won't play like dance for them anymore.
Derryth is going to turn around and look at them and go, so which ones are you?
We are Furwary and Vasora.
Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
Oh no, this is your exam. You do whatever you like.
I'm gonna look towards Sib, and then look towards Yixari.
I think hearing Derryth and seeing that picture, Sybilline like walks up and just like whispers to it. I'm trying to think. It's not Isla, right? It's Ada. That's ours.
Adara is
Ava.
your.
Yes, Adara. So I whisper it really quietly to the painting. Like I look over my shoulder.
Which
And I
one?
whisper like this to the Yexari painting. Nothing? Oh my god. I whisper my name to the Yexari painting.
Not that either.
Okay.
Nothing.
Oh. I look over at Cera and I'm like,
Cera just kind of like walks over and just like leans towards you a little bit. Do you have anybody in your family that might be? I mean, mine was family, but that's understandable for the Silverleafs. But I don't know if they're all family of yours. But I mean, there's obviously correlation.
I mean, one of my dads is my bio dad, and one of my dads is my adopted dad.
Mhm.
So, I think she starts thinking about her bio dad that's from the magical realm. And, like, all the stories that he's told. Like, she's tried to kind of let nepotism like roll off of her. Like, one of the things that's important to them is like being just as good as like the full mage wizards that are here. And so she's been like, whatever, like I don't need all of those connections, like I don't need all of that. So she's like standing in front of this painting, like racking her brain for this information that she probably learned a very long time ago.
Give me a brains roll. Your DC's 15.
No.
Oh, I can help.
Let me help.
Because
Oh, I want
mine,
to.
let me give you back some points because mine are 2 worth 2 if I'm helping you. How many do you need?
I got a 7.
7. So I can give. How much was the DC?
15.
15.
15? So if it's 7, then I can give 8 and you would hit it. Well, no, I'd have to give. I would just.
You have to give 4?
4, yeah.
Just
Because
4.
it's doubled. So 4. So there you go. I'll give 4.
Oh, that's
Look, I
exactly
gave it
what I
back.
gave you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Paying it back. Just paying it back. Equal
Paying
exchange.
it back.
It's just
Paying
like
it back.
friends streaming. We're all passing each other the
Gotcha.
same $5.
Same
Yeah.
I feel like with Cera like starting that connection, maybe that might have also been the assist. So
I think like Sybilline reaches out and like touches the nameplate a little bit, also to like try and like get in the headspace, and like kind of drill down on this uncovered knowledge. Hopefully uncovered.
As you kind of think through things and you're like rubbing your hand along the plaque, as your hand moves, the engraving is almost behind it, like you're almost wiping off a top layer of metal. And as you do, it fixes the painting, and kind of from the plaque up, everything starts to rise, like the paint will slowly correct itself. And you see someone that looks stunningly similar to you. Like a bit of a rounder face with like the same blue lipstick you wear every day, the like blue head of house pin, and instead of like the pink glasses that you wear every day, they have like blue round glasses that they keep up on the top of their head while their hair is like in braids, kind of like just flows around their face. And the name at the bottom of yours is Finch Copper. And also, because I forgot to give Derryth their name, it is Nova Holly. So now, only Burwary and Basora remain.
And Derryth is going to walk up to the twins and put their hands on their foreheads, and I would like to use divination to see if I can see who their ancestors are that would be on this one.
Absolutely can. Roll for it for me. It's a. I'm seeing what class divination is because I don't remember.
It is brains or grit.
Yep, either one you like.
Okay, so man, I wish I could do math better. I bumped a +2 to my brains, but it's a lower die. So I think but I think that's still gonna get me a better. Okay, we're doing it. It exploded, motherfuckers. Okay. Okay, so that's 16, 19. 16 plus 3 is 19, right?
Yes.
Okay. 19.
Got it.
I'm fine. I'm not anxious or anything.
We're nailing
Totally
this.
fine.
Fine.
Without ever having to even say the names out loud, like as you kind of get this information, they both just appear in the portraits behind you. They don't look as similar though to the twins as like all of your portraits do. All of you look very close to who you know are related to or like how you are linked in some way, but these two look different. Like these two people in these paintings have like rounder faces as opposed to the twins have like very sharp angular features. They both in this painting have their like natural hair, which is pretty long, and they have like bright blue eyes, like stunningly blue eyes. Ice blue almost, like in this like very piercing way. And they both sit in their faculty robes with their head of house pins for Furwary and Sora. They do both have the same last name, which is Snow. So this is Micah and Rain Snow. And they seem to, for every like thing that you can tell, they would be identical twins.
And can I ask, does Bridget look anything like Axel?
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Very similar to Axel.
I thought they might. So Derryth, after this, is gonna turn around and look at the wall, and then turn back to the twins and look very pointedly at Axel and go, "So, is this like what we're up against, or, what are your ancestors coming to haunt us?"
Did we innovate enough?
Axel says nothing. Will like look all of you in the eye, looks at all of the portraits, and kind of is just like tilts their head a little bit, but says nothing. The sisters look at your handiwork, look at all the paintings, smile a little bit when they see kind of their own representation, even though theirs does not look the same. Like again, like not in like a striking resemblance sort of way. Like you could tell that they're probably related. Like it's the same eye shape, like a very similar like shape of their nose and things like that. The eye color is very close to the same. But only like you're only seeing that now almost. Like for all intents and purposes, they have looked like they've had brown eyes until this moment. And now they don't. Their
Cera
eyes are
will-
the same blue as those.
Sarah will look towards the two of them and just be like, I'm assuming that this is not the same as what everybody else is getting.
You would be correct. Your exams are a bit special.
Are
Is it
these
'cause
really
we're special?
exams?
I mean, you're getting a grade for them, so yes, technically.
But that's not the real end we're seeking here, right?
No, we have some other things to take care of. And with that, the portrait of Bridget opens, and there are stairs. I would suggest we move along quickly. We kind of have some things to get to.
What things?
You'll see. All in
Wait.
due time.
I feel as though, I mean, I don't know if you recognize, but I did go through a very horrible event with my siblings, so I'm a little bit on edge. And I feel like continuing this with all of this hauntingly accurate resemblances to us, I feel a bit of information might be beneficial for us to feel a little bit more safe in continuing these efforts.
We're not safe, Cera. Danger's close to us. It only just passed us by, but that doesn't mean it's gone. So I don't think we should take another step until you tell us exactly what we're facing down there. I didn't sign up to give you my life.
I'm not asking you to give it. All I have in the basement is the truth. And unfortunately, I can't bring what's down there up. One last test, that is it. And you get an A for what it's worth.
Sybilline is already in the doorway.
I was gonna say
like-
Derryth is following very close behind because as
Sib,
soon
Derryth,
as
wait.
they say like down there is the truth, Derryth is like, okay, I want to know what the fuck is going on.
I'm going, yay!
I will move over towards Vole, seeing our two friends just getting all like going straight towards the doorway, and just put a hand on their shoulder. It's
Cera,
just-
Sybilline, Derryth, and Vole will not go to the land of the forgotten souls. Cera, Sybilline, Derryth, and Vole will not go to the land of... Just over and over and over again.
Take a deep breath, Vole.
I'm gonna see if they clock that. Yeah, for sure. Isla will come over as like head of your house and like feels very much like, hey, this is my job. It's fine. I know what you're doing. And I know who you're doing it against.
What do you know? How could you know?
There are certain pieces of what's happening that we have been aware of for a very long time. And we have also run into him. Sometimes sacrifices must be made for the greater good.
Hearing the word sacrifices, Sarah's going to stand in front of Vole a little bit and
I'm
look a little
not
bit.
asking you all to sacrifice
worried.
yourself. It was a thing that we did. I'm not badly put. Mysterious.
You all
tone,
know
I'm
too much
aware.
information, and this is concerning. You'll have to forgive me.
No,
It's not just the sacrifice. It's my friends are very perturbed right now, and I want to make sure they're safe.
when we get to the center, we can tell you everything. There
Can
were
you ensure that we're
certain-
going to get out of the center?
Yes, I can do that.
Even if they couldn't, I could, Cera. I'll just take Sarah's hand and, like, I'm ready to go follow my friends to make sure they're safe. And I was like, if you've met him and you know his name, then you shouldn't so loosely bandy it about. He's watching. No, I'm ready to go down. I'm pretty mad at them right now.
That's super fair of you, honestly.
Sarah will gently squeeze Vole's hand as they don't let go and they walk with Vole.
You all can all head down. So as you do, sort of like halfway down the stairs, everything is just very dark. It's like a for lack of a better word, it's just a basement. Like it hasn't seen upkeep. Like there are spider webs everywhere. And as you all hit darkness, you all end up at the entrance of a maze.
Did Sybilline and Derryth go in already? Because
Yes.
I'd rather they... No!
Oh no,
We're
not in the maze. Like you're all at the
Okay.
entrance. I thought you
Going
meant
there.
in the door.
I just was in
That was the
door.
concern of, oh boy, maze!
So
I was
this
worried.
looks probably a bit strange to all of you because all of you stand as an individual in the doorway to the maze, and behind you stands Adara, Isla, Axel, and your 3 friends. You all hear the same thing. And for all intents and purposes, it looks like you are just standing in a circle. But each of you stand in the opening of the maze as an individual person. Each of you now has a lantern in your hand. They each glow a different color. Derryth has yellow. Vole has red. Sybilline has white. And Cera has blue. This is one final something. It is imperative that we follow the security measures that were put in place. As you all know, Briderra is one of the safest schools that the world has ever seen, especially of the magical variety. When the school was founded, obviously there was no precedent for attacks like what we faced. So Briderra was put in a sort of state of lockdown. Not to where it shut anyone in, but that it shut everyone else out. It has been a long, long, long wait for you four to get here and for everything to be ready. Obviously, we are not chronomancy experts, but we have had a long road to get here, and we realize this is new and this is scary, and we are very sorry, and we are going to help as much as we can.
Why
The
are you
only-
doing this?
I am not. If there was a choice, I would let you four be students, and we would go back to our old lives. Axel would not be in the middle of this mess. This is not our choice. This
When you
is
say-
our fate.
When you say you'd let us be students, that means that we're something else. What
You're
are
s-
we?
You're students, but you're special students. Hard to explain. In this
Can't be that hard
moment.
to explain.
I think you'd probably try to if you wanted us to make it out of this.
This is a very simple test. There is nothing in here that could cause you any harm, at least not to my knowledge.
I'm gonna get a read on that statement because that's
I would like
a
to
big
do a
one.
vibe
That's
check.
that's a
100%.
charm check. Let's go.
And Derryth is
Right,
like,
check.
oh, and yeah, that doesn't sound suspicious at all.
No.
My charm's a D4. So what's the total?
Oh no!
I'm gonna say that this is like a
Exposed.
7. Like, this is not hard to read intentions of. Vole just may not be socially adept to do so.
I got an 11.
Okay, then you know what's happening. That's great.
Thank you,
I'm
T20.
just looking at my adversity tokens real quick. I'd have to spend so many.
So many.
No, Vole just doesn't trust him, but doesn't know what it's about.
I think once I get a vibe check, I might look towards Vole, seeing their intention as well, and let them know what I gain from it.
You're the best. I love our friendship. Thank you.
So for your like vibe check of the situation, it
Mhm.
very much seems like they are telling the truth. Like, they are following what they have been made to follow, that this is much greater than the two of them in the grand scheme of things, and that whatever you all have to do right now is, to their knowledge, like, not dangerous. It is just like a security measure.
Then Cera will look towards each of their friends and just nod assuringly.
I think Sybilline walks a little bit further in to like the very, very like edge and rubs their hands like along the sides of the walls and tries to like have a vision, like with the understanding that there is like a connection between all of us. It stands to reason that she might have been there before.
There is a flash almost. And you get like these small snippets of like when they do the thing where you can like see motion in film, like you can see multiple students walk through this maze with a lantern that does not match any of yours. And as they each try and fail, none of them make it to the center. They get pushed almost like as they follow walls, the walls will change themselves to make that student exit.
Do you all want me to go first?
You are all at your
No.
own entrances. So
I was gonna say,
once
we're
you
all at
walk
our
No,
own.
away,
I'm saying I will start. Like I will
Okay.
go in first and even like maybe send Eddie
No.
back to find them and help ferry them through if I can.
I think
No, I think-
Sybilline walks like as she has that like little flash of a vision. Like I think that they just like go in, and every
Ooh.
time the walls change on them, they just go the opposite direction and keep trying
smart.
to like. Can that happen? Can they
the
just
walls don't change on you. Like
Oh.
as you
No?
walk through, the walls do not change. They are staying where they are. They are
Here's a
all
question.
gray stone and very tall, so you cannot see above them. But like these like concrete brick walls will sort of like the lines in between almost are following your lantern color. So because you have white, there's like white light that is starting to go through them, almost a way of like you retracing your steps. If you need to go back, you can follow your lantern light. But these walls do not move for you. They just stay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is Cera aware that she is alone or that they are alone?
For all intents and purposes, if you look at these people, they look real. Like unless you would make a check about it, there's not necessarily a way that you realize you're alone until you start to walk and then they all disappear.
So here's the thing. When they start to walk forward, that is their greatest fear,
Yeah,
is
it
being
is.
alone.
It sure is.
Oh no.
Had to get one of you with it. I did. Had to do
So
one.
that is my biggest fear. So as soon as I step into it and everybody vanishes, Sarah's breathing will start to pick up and they will start having a panic attack.
Do we feel it in our necklaces? Because that's
Yeah,
what
or
those
do we
were
hear it?
programmed for.
Mm-hmm.
Question also though.
She grabs it. Yes.
Can Morel go like over this, or are they like not? Is he not allowed?
I'm gonna say the walls are too high for Morel to get above it. Like
Okay.
they go probably almost to the ceiling. Like the amount
Sure.
of room in between the ceiling and the wall, he is not big enough to fit through. Now he could fly
Okay,
ahead of you, but he just can't fly above it.
No, I was
You're like,
I was gonna try and send him down to.
I
To
know
help
that
out.
I know Mal really wants to have this fear aspect, and I'm okay with letting it happen.
Okay.
if you weren't, I would have made something magical pop up. But as long as you're
know.
okay with it, then I'm okay with it.
I think I'll play into. I mean, that's why I made it something a little bit more simplistic, and it makes sense for the bestie to have the fear of being alone.
You are using fear rules for all of your checks. All of these are snap decisions until you find your friends again. You can use your own adversity tokens, but you cannot be assisted in any way. So if any of them would even try to yell for you or anything like that until you are physically with somebody, or within like I'll say a certain amount of feet, even like separated by like 1 or 2 walls, you are making everything as a snap decision. You cannot take the half on anything. You have to roll.
Okay. Do my dice change at all, or are they the same
No,
dice?
Still the same.
Okay.
All your bonuses are the same. You just cannot take the half, and you cannot get help from anybody else.
Okay.
As soon as I realize that I'm alone, I'll bend down to sweet Eddie. And just like on the first day, just, hey, Eddie boy, let's go find the ones that make me smile. Because Eddie knows how to find my friends.
And he does. And he will bound forward, and you kind of see him like turn a corner. And he will disappear for a few minutes as he is trying to navigate things. I will say that he can do it because it is something that Eddie is trained to do canonically, but because of it being like a path he has to follow, it's gonna take a hot minute for him to find.
For sure, yeah. This is just what we do.
This is what we do. It's what we do.
Sarah will definitely be moving slower than everybody else as they're trying to focus on their breathing. They're humming a tune to themselves as they're just trying to make it through. And remember that their friends are going to meet in the center. Their friends are going to meet in the center. Everybody's going to be in the center. It'll be okay. But the panic attack is definitely taking effect.
As you are all walking, you each find like a stone almost. You like it's in a place where you're kind of forced to step on it as you are walking in. It's before you can even hit a corner. So as you kind of notice it, either you kick it or you step on it or anything like that. It's very strong. It like holds. But you each pick up a just round disc. It's like not even bigger than maybe a coaster. And in its full size, they each are painted differently. Vole, you find Mars. Sybilline finds Venus. Derryth finds Mercury. And Derryth finds Saturn. Or Cera finds Saturn. I said it right? Yes? Cool.
I got Mercury.
Yes,
Sarah has Saturn.
Sarah has Saturn.
Right.
That is
Okay.
exactly what
Okay,
I meant
okay,
to
okay.
say, so I'm doing great.
You're doing great.
Yep. You're
To be
doing
fair,
great.
Sarah and Derryth are very, very close.
If you had a ship name, it'd be a layup. Like it'd be so easy. I'm remembering, even though I was distracted, my hands were shaking. I was making coffee. All I remember from our chat between me and Derryth was they align the planets. I remember that you were trying to tell me about like a confluence of the spheres or whatever, even though I didn't understand it. So I start listening at the walls to see if I can hear my friends, maybe to try and line up in a line.
And they didn't tell anybody else.
Nope, just you. Just you and Vole. No one else knows about
Man.
the planets thing.
She got distracted, okay?
Hey,
That's on
can't
par.
blame her.
It's on par.
That's my whole brain.
Yeah, that's literally just actually my life. So I think I am gonna have Morel try to fly ahead and see if he can sort of guide a little bit, or at the very least keep an eye out for anything that might be dangerous, because while Derryth does not think that the twins have malicious intent, they are not convinced that they know what the fuck is going on either.
That's fair. Honestly, very fair assessment of the plan. I will say that as you send Morel off, Eddie and Morel almost run into each other at the center. Like, Eddie is obviously on the ground, Morel is flying, but like they can kind of clock each other and be like, oh. And they run off in like separate directions of each other, trying to either find like Morel is either trying to find Vole at this point or one of the other two, and Eddie's like, well, if you came from this way, that's probably where Derryth is. I'm just racing. And I'm gonna roll for which one gets to who first. Why not? They both can
Also,
do
for
it.
half a second, I thought you were gonna say that like they come running back and it's just like Morel sitting on Eddie, like riding him.
Yes. Yes.
Do not think for a second that I have not thought about like if Scarlet would ride Eddie the squirrel, like the squirrel familiar
Scarlet
of
would.
Cera.
But right now, Scarlet's
Yeah.
right now the emotional support animal
Yes.
right now, and they're being
Yes.
held to the chest.
Oh, like
Yeah. She's like-
what's the guy's name in Labyrinth? Sir, whatever his name is.
His
who
name
rides
is Sir
the-
Didymus.
Yeah.
Candace is
I'm
like,
Brunson. I know that because my little brother dog is named after him.
Aww.
He's real sweet. I'll send pictures.
That's adorable.
He's the cutest dog. Highly recommend. So I rolled to see who got it. Eddie is going to find Cera first.
Oh,
Can I walk one thing back? Because
Yeah,
I
you absolutely
specifically know about Cera that Cera needs to be with their people.
Yeah.
Can I have specifically for Cera have written a note?
Yes, I will absolutely
say-
let you have that.
Aw.
Eddie brings you a note. Yeah.
Sarah will take a moment and like just get on their knees and then immediately just embrace Eddie, just kind of like taking deep breaths and shaking a little bit, and then see the note and pull it from them.
The note is torn out from Vole's journal. It says, Sarah's dream is to be a teacher at Briderra someday. Because I wrote down everyone's dreams in Old Headmaster that day. Just to remind you that we're here.
Cera just kind of like looks towards it, and then just her breathing or their breathing just starts to settle. They just nod a little bit, and they just kind of pull out a notebook page, and they're just going to write on it really quick, and then hold it out to Eddie to take back to Vole when they can, or when he can, and then she'll take another deep breath, holding Scarlet, and just keep walking forward.
Yes, we got it.
Got it. We're doing so good.
Yeah, and I'm hopefully following Eddie's trail to try and figure out where Cera is so I can talk about the planet plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you you can kind of follow him as he goes. He's quick for a little guy because he's a little Pomeranian and they run like the wind. But he's able to like navigate very quickly. So when you come upon the center, he keeps going. But you will see that there, at like what should be the center of the maze, there is like a very large set of walls that go all the way up to the ceiling, but each of these is a different color.
Is there a red one?
There's not a red one.
Dang it! Okay, it's not matching.
There is orange, green, purple, and pink.
What were the colors of all oranges? Again, we had white, blue, red, and yellow. I am so bad at this. Okay. Vole's like going through like, all right, I know the order the rainbow's in. Pink's not in the rainbow. Damn it. Okay. Do our colors make the colors here? I'm trying to like figure out combos. Like, I don't know. Is there anything that Vole can do to try and like see what they're missing?
If you would like to roll for it, you can. It's gonna be brains, and it's gonna be. I'm gonna make it like 13, and as you're rolling for it, I'm gonna go catch other people. So
For sure.
I like as you're standing here and you're staring at it, like literally just looking at these walls and being like, you like are holding your lantern there. The light has still followed you just like it was following Sybilline. So like there is a like the color of your lantern just stops where you are now standing on the wall. Like it is just it's kind of like frozen there and is waiting for something to go.
Gotcha. Since I'm weirdly good at the Lost Arcana class, can I add the extra D4? Because this feels like old magic.
You can absolutely add the extra D4. Oh, this is old magic. Like this is very clearly like back in the day.
We can check in with me after you've caught up with other folks, but just wanted to make sure I could roll that double D4.
So Eddie is going to keep going, and this is where Eddie will find Cera. Morel is on a quest. Morel is not used to being blocked off from the sky. Like this is not good for him. He's just like, I'm supposed to be able to fly above everything, and I can't right now, and it's fucking frustrating. So he is like rounding every corner, like speed demoning through this whole maze, and he flies so fast that he passes Sybilline entirely, and then is like, wait. I was looking for someone and like circled back around and will land like beside Amity and like kind of just does that cute little owl walk that's like waddling, and he's like waddling beside Amity. And he like almost forgets that like he had a job, like he was supposed to bring Sybilline back, and he like takes a minute, he looks at Amity and then looks at Sybilline and go, oh fuck, and then he like flies and like but he flies at a much slower pace and like will keep looking back and be like, are you following me? Like I have one job, please tell me that you're following me. And it's like we'll just kind of keep doing that until he
won't get my snacks if you don't follow me.
Right, like he's
to
like
avoid
I am
stressing Morel out. I follow.
Okay.
Even though I'm being real nosy looking around, touching different kinds of moss and lichen stuff.
He will like lead you back to the center, and you do like there's all this moss, and like some of the walls are almost like wet from like the water and moisture that has been trapped down in this basement for so long. There are spider webs and things like that. Like it's very clear no one has been down here in a very long time. Even the students that you could see in your vision passing through, like there is something about like the cut of their robes or something like that that is different than what you all have now, like almost indicating that this has been years and years since like the last time that they kind of redesigned things. And as he takes you to the center, you find Vole, who is currently making rolls about it. Derryth, were you following Morel? Was that the plan of like, I'm gonna follow him or I'm gonna like wander?
I think that they're just kind of wandering. I think the point of sending out Morel was to like scout for danger, and so they are assuming that if there is danger, Morel will alert them somehow. But really they are dillying and dallying and keeping an eye on the maze and just trying to see if there's anything cool, because of course they are.
What's that in German? That Spaziergang? We took a stroll.
Yep. Perfect.
Dilly und dally. I also got an A+ from Stargirl. In one of my
Essentially, what that means is that when you would like to use a class die, you just take the max on it. You don't have to roll it.
Awesome. All right, cool. Anyway, but yeah, I think that Derryth is mostly poking around and trying to see if there's any like inscriptions or things, magic things.
Go ahead and make a roll for me about it. I wanna call this like, I want to call this grit, and not in the way of like something is going to hurt you immediately, but more grit in the way of like, this is a potentially life-changing situation. And how well are you about to handle that mental strain?
Oh God.
That is a 7. So I don't think that's gonna do it.
I think that you find it, but maybe you don't like fully understand what you're looking at. That when you are kind of like looking through all of the moss and the overgrown plants that have sort of taken over these walls, you can see bits and pieces of like circles and words and things like that. And the one part that you can see in all of it just says when everything is in alignment.
They're gonna do some charcoal rubbings with a pencil and their notebook paper.
I love that. Yeah. You can take
And,
as much of it as you can find.
Yep, and then keep heading towards the middle.
I will say in finding that, like, that's probably not too far off from center, so you can roll in on Sybilline and Vole and like see these same walls that are a different color. Everything else is like a very gray with moss and like the green of like just nature kind of taking over. But these walls are like clean and pristine. There is no overgrowth on them at all. And they stand as they are: orange, green, purple, and pink.
So I spent some adversity tokens to get my roll of a 10 up to a 13. I'm pretty sure that our colors can be combined as 2 to make the colors that are there.
Correct.
So just making sure that I didn't need any additional information besides that, because that's kind of where Vole was assuming we were going.
Yep, nope. These are all colors that can be made from the colors of your lanterns. And as long as you can figure out how to get that light onto those walls, you're golden.
So Derryth is gonna roll up into the middle and go, "Oh hi! Wait,
Hey.
where's Cera?"
Eddie went to get Cera. They'll be here soon.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Eddie never loses somebody. Don't worry about it. Also, planets. Think we got to line them up?
Ah, fuck.
Don't worry.
That.
I figured we'd find you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't tell you. Okay, so I was reading about the thing that I forgot the name of already, and
a syzygy.
syzygy. I was reading about a syzygy, and you know how, well, yeah, you know how sometimes that just happens when like a couple of planets are in alignment, but apparently there's one coming up real soon where a lot of the planets are going to be in alignment, and it seems like probably this happened exactly the amount of years ago that the school got attacked and all of these faculty members that look a lot like us died. So it feels like that's important somehow. I'm not really sure just yet what it all actually means, but it feels like it's probably bad. So,
Seb, So what planet did you get?
Venus.
I got Mars. I think that this might be a kind of double puzzle situation where we should line up like the planets that will be in alignment, like you said, Derryth, and then see if that can make us create one of the lights in the center. You know, white and red make pink, red and blue make purple, that kind of thing.
Okay, but we should get Sarah.
I think Sarah's
gonna,
close to the center.
Yell at
this
the
point.
top of her lungs.
Can I hear that being close
Perfect.
to?
Oh, absolutely. Eddie has like already like started you back that way,
Yeah.
but then in hearing Derryth scream, Eddie sprints. He's like, I don't know. I had one job. It was to find her. It was I had to find them. I had to give them a note. I had one job, and now someone's yelling, and that freaks me out. So Eddie's like just sprinting, and now Scarlet is like on Eddie's back, and they're just sprinting.
Oh, I'm by myself again. No.
You're not like far enough away from center to be like alone, but like you like see them race off together.
When
It's like,
Eddie
well,
makes it back to Vole, then Eddie has a note in their if they're wearing a collar or anything like that, they have a note in their collar from Cera, because they were assuming that Eddie would probably go find other people first, but other than that, so
I think Eddie had a very clear objective to
No.
find the friend that would have the biggest like
He
panic
had-
about this.
he had one job and he took it
Yeah.
very seriously.
I
Bless
think,
his little heart.
by the time Vole reads the note and Cera finally steps to the center and like their eyes are just tears all over, like tear-stained face. And as you see the note, it says, "At this point, I'm gonna be the damn headmaster."
As soon as you roll up, I'm like, oh, there you are. You did great, huh?
They're
And then I just give
trying to look strong, and their voice just comes out like,
You get a huge hug if you're okay with it. Like Vole can
Oh,
see
yeah.
it. Yeah.
yeah. And then they just hug back, but they can't talk yet. They're just like,
Oh my god.
You're here. Oh, wait. This means something bad, right? Are you okay?
yeah. Now.
No, that's a lie. I can tell by your voice.
I mean,
You're
now
not
I
okay.
am. I don't like being alone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
this
it's
a-
not your fault.
Is this a very horrible time to bring up the bad news that Derryth told us?
I mean, I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic, so maybe I can handle it.
Oh, we're gonna die.
Probably.
Oh.
No, that's not the news. The news is
Oh.
that we might die.
Oh,
You see how I cushioned that? Didn't I do a good job?
did
You
great.
It's not as
so
bad
well.
as you
Derryth,
thought.
that was really good. Good job, D.
That's her.
Sybilline says
bless,
nothing.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart. I'm gonna.
I'm
do something
actually-
for it. Bless your
I'm,
heart.
I'm actually kind of watching Sybilline a little bit like, are you okay in here? Are you? Sometimes it seems places like this can be a little intrusive for you.
I'm hearing and seeing a lot of stuff. I'm just freaked out. Can we just like hurry up and do this, because I am not used to not knowing things, and there's a lot of things I found out about that I did not know in the last few hours, and I think I need to sit in a dark room by myself for 20 minutes or more.
Oh, but we don't have a photography lab. That's not what you meant. Anyway,
We can cast darkness anywhere.
No.
Just make dark happen.
No, like
It-
I think
I understand. I just need the opposite, but I understand what you're saying.
yeah.
So I'll relay to my friends basically what Derryth taught me, try and make it make sense, because I don't understand half of the words Derryth says, but I do understand what
don't
lines are, and I understand color theory. So
okay.
I'll start like moving, like I'll move my lantern towards like maybe an area where it would make the purple and the green. Since mine was blue.
Same. Try to move to a spot where I'm sorry. Yeah, I had yellow, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was like, fuck, did I?
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the same thing and move to an area where I think shining my light will like interact with the other
Mhm.
I'll look at Sib and just be like, I'm useless at anything that comes to pink. Can you help me out?
Yeah. And I think she goes and stands to the right of you, realizing both Venus and
Mhm.
only one color here really features the white lantern that she has.
Oh, they clock it and they're like super impressed at how smooth it was, and they just like let their eyes linger for a second.
Yeah.
Just move on. Mhm.
Sybilline like brushes past you, like you can feel their arm like against like either your arm or like your sweater or whatever as they're passing by. And normally they would probably return your look and like give you like a or something like that. But they're just kind of like wide-eyed and look over at you, and you can kind of tell they're very freaked out by this. This is not something they expected to learn today. Like all of this is no bueno. I mean, it's good, but in a bad way.
Yeah, I'll get back to all business. I'm watching my friends to see if anything we're doing is changing it, just in case I was super wrong.
You were not. As everybody actually make me a brawn check.
Brawn!
Yeah,
That's
why
Oh.
not?
Crapola.
Oh no,
It'll be
Brock.
fine.
Brawn!
Don't worry about
not gonna
it.
be fine if it's a 4.
My dice exploded.
I think Vanessa's having a very different time than you were.
Mine's
From
a
the
You
head of
got
the
a big old 3.
I got a
I got more than
12.
you two. Dang.
A 12?
My dice exploded.
We can't all have nice things here, apparently.
Can't all have nice things.
I will
Damn.
shoulder this burden. I lift my friends upon mine shoulders. What do my elf eyes see?
Oh my god, Vole, save us all.
I look into the eyes of death. What is staring back at me?
As you all hold your lanterns, all of them start to suddenly feel very heavy. It's like almost like 20 or 30 pounds were just added to your lanterns for some reason. Like the bottoms no longer can support themselves, and the 3 of yours drop. So Cera's, Sybilline's, and Derryth's drop to the ground and shatter, and Vole still has theirs in their hand. As your all's drop to the floor, there is like this. It's hard to say what you see. Almost like it happens in such a split second that it may have just been like a trick of the barely any light that's down here, but it almost looks like when it smashes to the ground, whatever magic was in it that was giving it its light just fizzles out and like fades into the ground below it.
I'll reach out a hand to my friends, like, light's not in the lantern, friends. It's in us. Let's bring them on back, huh? Can we hold hands? Or like even just cast spectral hands to like make a ring and like try and bring the light back?
You tell me
Does
what
anything-
you want to cast.
Well,
Wait,
I've
no,
still,
does
I've still
anything
got my light
change?
up. Like,
Yeah, does anything change? What the light you said it went where? Where did the light go?
The light like started on all of these walls, so they have maybe lowered like a couple of feet. Like you can see that it was doing something, but all of your lanterns got so heavy so quickly that when they dropped, like that light went away, and like that magic that
so it
was
just
holding it
fizzled out.
dissipated into the ground. Now where the walls were is still where they are. Like the walls that lowered are still lowered. They're just not lowered enough to see over them.
Okay. I think Derryth is gonna put a foot on the lantern and then reach out and grab her friend's hands.
Okay.
I love this. I
Okay.
live for this kind of thing.
So we'll do that.
I'm just letting this happen. This is fantastic. I'm going to do something that I thought I was going to do at another point in the campaign, and then I didn't do it. But I like the mechanics, so I'm going to do it anyway. Each of you, like as a group, agree to one of the following:
Oh.
brains, brawn, charm.
Not charm.
Not brawn.
Not charm. So,
I'm
oh
gonna
no,
say
Cera,
brains.
you need. I would lean brains. It seems like we're all
I
not
think all of
terrible
us
at
have
it.
like pretty good brains.
My
right?
brain is a D8. So
D8.
Yeah, mine's a D10.
but I also have the +2 because I did that for the Fates exam.
I get
Yeah,
extra
I have a
magic
+2
die on it.
also.
Yeah. I get an extra D4. So we should probably do brains, yeah?
Yeah, I think
Let's
we
do
go
it.
brains, and Sib's got it like lock
Yeah.
on brains. So
Mhm, mhm,
okay,
mhm.
let's do it.
All
Let's
of
do
you roll
brains.
for me.
Do I
I'm
go
gonna use my
ducks
blue
or
dice.
bees, man? Ducks or bees?
God, what an important fucking question. Ducks or bees?
We'll go bees.
I was gonna
13.
say my inclination is bees.
Mhm.
I got an 8.
18.
8, 18,
15.
13, 15. Whoa, Nelly.
This is good for you.
Oh.
If it could be better, I will give adversity tokens to my friend Cera, whose hand I am squeezing.
You'll need adversity tokens for what I'm about to tell you.
Stop!
This
no.
this is not about
Motherfucker,
this
what?
this is not
Not
about
nice.
hitting a like certain number. This is not me giving you a DC.
Mhm.
This is you all needing to get to the same number. And I will let you use adversity tokens as subtraction or addition. I will let you use your bonuses as subtraction or addition. But all four of you need to get to the same number.
Oh, we're doing math. Oh,
So
gosh.
look at where you
Okay.
are and look at where to get.
What?
So sorry, we had
I had an 8.
13, 15, 8,
18 with
18.
my +1.
18.
But I
eight
can
with my
go down to
+2.
16 with my +1 instead.
Okay. So we need to get Cera has 6 adversity tokens. I have
Mhm.
1.
Me and
Vole
Sib have
has
4.
4, and Sib has 4. Which means that we can get Cera up to a 14. I can get down to a 14 because I had a 15.
Mhm.
You can
I think
gift
getting to
each
14
other.
feels pretty.
That's
Getting to
also-
14
I
seems
think-
like pretty easy, right?
Yeah, we can get everybody to 14.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Yes. We
Great.
can do
How
this.
How many points do we each need for Cera?
I only need 1 for myself, and the rest can go to Cera.
No,
So
Sarah's
I-
good. Sarah has enough to do it by
I have
herself.
6.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Okay.
Mhm. So that would
I'll
I could just spend
knock one off me.
all 6 of mine to get to 14.
I don't want you to have to be out. I don't want anyone to be out.
Well,
okay.
why don't I give you one of mine and you give me one of yours, because I would need to spend 2 of mine to get to where I need to be.
Do my
but if I
2 count
spend
right now,
one-
or will they not count for this kind of thing?
No, I'll let him count. You're still
Oh,
fine.
okay.
You're
Great.
still-
Oh,
you're
shit.
still-
Okay.
You're still the
Yay.
bestie. Like that absolutely
okay.
still tracks.
Our friendship will never die, so
Look, if anything, this is the time where it is 1,000% about friendship. I'm making all of you get to
Oh.
the same number.
Okay.
I didn't know it was gonna have a big old heart, Mallorie. Come on.
Briderra, friendship is magic.
Friendship is magic.
Yes.
So I mean that would mean that for my 6, that would mean 12 points that I can give to people if necessary.
No, we're good. We're good. We got
Okay.
this.
Good.
We
I'm
got
already
it. So
there.
we can all
Got
do
it?
14.
Got
Yep.
it.
Mhm.
Okay.
14.
Long
Math
as
is
the
done.
math tracks, you all can subtract however you would like from your adversity tokens.
So how many would I
Uh,
have left? I would have 2.
You have 2 left.
Okay.
Vole has 1 left. Sib has 2 left. I have
Right.
I think I have
You'll get them. You'll fail some rolls. You'll get it.
I think I have 3 left.
I've stolen Derryth's adversity tokens many a time. I'd like to
Yes.
remind everybody that Derryth started this episode with 16 adversity
Yes,
tokens.
I had
and
the
we're at
most.
0.
yes.
We're at a big old fat 0 now, which is lovely for me
Bagel.
going into a couple weeks from now.
Stop.
You heard it. You heard it here first, guys. Give me fucking adversity tokens. Thank you.
There are Streamloots cards for that.
Non-baseless threats, y'all.
Me, I've done nothing wrong. I am nothing but a kind human.
This on a precipice this whole
Such
evening.
a kind and gracious GM.
I am.
Mhm.
Nothing but the best for my players. I would never hurt you. I wish you nothing but
So sweet.
kindness and love within my fake
So
world.
kind, so
Uh,
generous.
so as you all stand and you hold hands, because everybody was able to get to 14, Vole is absolutely right. You don't need those lanterns. Everything sort of glows in like this spectrum around you. So not only do you hold like the color of your sort of founding link that you have, but you also hold the color of yourself. So like while Cera holds the yellow of Palomar, they also hold the purple for Anya. And those
I'm gonna
that
say even. Oh, sorry. I
No,
just wanted
please
to say,
go.
even just to prove a point, like once that we're holding hands and casting, Vole smashes their own lantern to grab a hand. Like,
Damn straight. Do
Yeah.
it. And you all stand, and the colors that are not represented within the four of you, the red and the green of Furwary and Basora, still sort of emanate within you, though it's not very clear from who. And as the like rainbow spectrum literally comes from this ring that you all hold around the walls, they start to lower as they glow. When they do finally reach the floor, which it takes maybe a good 15 seconds because these are tall walls. You see that there is like the basis of a table, like 4 legs and a like thicker wood top that when the walls are low enough, those will fold out to become like one long dark wooden table. It almost looks like the ones that are in the grand hall, but this one has like inlay to it. There's gold leaf put in, and it just overall looks older in design, but like perfectly upkept. It does not match the outer walls of this maze, but has been kept pristine by the 4 walls that had been enchanted to stay pristine themselves.
How many seats are at the table?
There are 7 seats at this table. And down the center, there are like divots for circles to sit in. All in one line.
You know, it's interesting because I don't know if you knew this, but originally all of the houses only had 6 students, which means that there would be 6 students and then the 7th person would be a teacher. But I don't think that's what's happening here. I'm pretty sure these are all meant for us.
Do you
So
want to
where
go
do we
sit
sit
down?
though?
Do I want to? No.
Same.
No,
Should
where
we
do
get
we sit though?
Oh, well, I assume that we sit where our planets told us to. So I would be here, and they're gonna go and sit where the divot would be to put Mercury.
Then Sib, then me, then.
Yeah, and then Sarah. But then we still need the moon and the other 2 planets.
Well, if I were the sort to make guesses, I think there might have been 3 people dogging our steps.
And as you say that, the twins and Axel will all around the corner, and they will slide into their own seats. And
Oh, you missed the color puzzle.
Oh,
That's a shame.
You know, I have heard all about it, and I'm sure it was so fascinating. As they slide their discs that they have across the table, and each one slots in one by one, with Axel's being last and being the full moon.
Where did you get those?
The twins go silent and sort of just look to Axel.
Sorry.
They sort of just look to Axel, and as Axel's piece slides in, they look each of you in the eye, and like, you've heard Axel before. You have had class from Axel. They teach like dueling and defense, protective magics, things like that. They are very well known. Every student has them at least 4 or 5 times, like in their tenure. And you have heard Axel speak, and no, Axel has an American accent, like a bit of a deeper voice. Like, there's not very much. If you look at Axel, you know exactly what their voice sounds like. That is what it is. The problem is that when Axel goes to speak, they sound very different. And as they look each of you in the eye down the line, Hello. My name is Bridget Aratus, and I need your help.
Oh fuck.
And that's where we're cutting it.
Really?
Gotta end it on an fuck. It's illegal not to end it on an fuck.
Hello. Yeah, I think it's a very casual place to end the night. I don't know about you.
No.
Just like a very calm, like
No.
just a regular situation.
The fuck is a perfect ending.
Oh yeah, and we're off next week, so
We are off next week. We are off next week.
Axel Bridget's energy just became, we have to go back to the future.
We have to go back to the future.
Marty, it's your kids, Marty.
Yes. I didn't sign up for that game, but I want to be part of that.
I know, me too. Oh my god, there's trains in the third one. We are in Back to the Future.
That's it.
We are.
Oh my god.
unintentional movies.
It's fine. So
This
with
is
that
fine.
being said, I guess I'm just gonna let you all like introduce yourselves one more time, talk about the cool shit that you do, because I have really awesome friends. And we'll do opposite order. So we're gonna start with Vanessa.
Me?
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I have been playing Derryth Gold this evening, your resident spacey Jew. I can mostly be found over on Fem Gamer Party. I know it sounds funny when you say it like that, but it actually describes me as a person in real life. So, you know, here we are. You can mostly find me streaming on Fem Gamer Party. I do a lot of stuff over there. I am one of the proud co-founders of the channel. We run D&D, Monster of the Week. I have a morning show. We're writing a game. All kinds of fun stuff. And yeah, that's really it. I stream a lot on that channel, and it's awesome and fun, and you should come and check us out. I don't remember who was before me last time.
It was
Hina.
me. Hina.
Ah,
I go in
Hina!
order around my screen, so I don't have
Why?
to work to remember it.
I almost ate my leaf. Hi, everybody. My name is GM Hina. These are horrible for this intro. My name is GM.
Swinging.
Just look, got stuck.
That was actually really funny.
That was really good. That was well timed, actually. I'm pretty proud of that. Hi, I'm doing this without glasses now. My name is Hina. I'm a GM over on twitch.tv/GMHina, where my glasses are now chapped. I'll never have them back.
I love this.
This is my life.
We're
in a
doing
nutshell.
fine.
Oh, there we go. Wait, there we go. Hey, cheer for me. I did it. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I stream over on twitch.tv/GMHina, where I run many different things like a homebrew D&D 5e game and a Monster of the Week campaign. And I'm also running an event all of July called Pride Never Dies, where we're raising $1,000 for the Trevor Project, and we're playing Third Star Lesbians. And my first table got announced, and 2 of these lovelies are in it. So, Anywho, so if you want more information on that, you can find me on Twitter over at Hina Squirrel, or you can follow me over on Twitch. Either place, you'll find information about that going on. So I'm super excited. It's going to be a really fun month. We got really cool prizes to give away. I have physical books. I've never had that before to give away. I'm leveling up. Well, so yeah, come hang out. It'll be fun. I promise there'll be more shenanigans like what just happened. Promise.
Yes. Only shenanigans.
Only shenanigans.
Oops, all shenanigans.
Candace,
Only Nans.
tell me about your life. You had a really fun Thirsty Sword Lesbian stream that actually aired during this, so you should go. People should go watch that VOD later.
Aw, thank you. Hi, I have been Sybilline Brunson, also known as Candace, also known as Candace Magnificent. You can find me at a variety of places because I just got a Blue Sky thing, and they don't let you have more than 15 characters, which is really dumb because my name has 7 characters in it, and there's not a lot you can do with 8 characters. So follow me on @thatCandaceGirl on Twitter, and then @Candace Marie on Blue Sky, and then @Candace the Magnificent everywhere else.
You're doing so good.
So good I'm doing. What else? You can see me on Friday in Pride Never Dies TSL. You can go to Apochromatic Unlimited to see the VOD of my Thirsty Sword Lesbians game. And you can also find me this Wednesday on Live from the Apocalypse, doing the finale of Blood of the Harvest, which is a Call of Cthulhu Dark Academia mini campaign. We have fucked around and we are going to be finding out on Wednesday. Probably a TPK. So if you're into that kind of thing, come on by. And then at some point, I keep telling myself that I'm going to do ukulele shenanigans on the internet. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, which means I should probably be playing Hamilton and shit talking it really badly. That might happen. Watch my Discord, my Twitch and my Twitter to see if that is something I end up doing. I might chicken out instead.
No.
But I don't want you to because I want to watch it happen.
Yeah, I want to come listen. And I'll just sing along, but I'm going to sing along from over here.
I'm going to sing in a real shitposty way, though, if I go live. It's not going to be like serious singing, probably.
Yeah.
There'll be like 2 songs that I'm serious about, and then the other one's going to be dumb because I have to do my Lin-Manuel Miranda impression, and that's...
Now you have to do this. I need this.
All right.
I've heard it and I fucking died.
Okay.
It's
I
really
laughed so
dumb.
hard that I almost fell out of my chair. I literally was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened.
I need this.
Right.
Okay.
Recommend.
I'm Trout. I have been Vole. Kaigan. My partner Adam and I, happy birthday, Adam. We make Trixie Wizard comics. You can find us at TrixieWizard.com, at Trixie Wizard on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, hopefully Blue Sky soon. For Facebook too, we barely update it, but if you want. I never talk about the stuff I actually should. We just released a card game with Maychan Press in January. It just got funded on Kickstarter a little earlier this year called Witchy Cakes. You're stacking cards, making the tallest cake you can, and knocking other witches' cakes over. It's real cute. We just finished last month Bride and Blight, our Cypher System campaign on Stella Luna's channel. You can find all of season 1 on Stella's YouTube, and announcement for season 2 is hopefully coming very soon, which is very exciting. And other than that, if you like comics, tabletop art, if you want a commission for you and your favorite Pokemon team, we do all that kind of stuff. So follow us on socials and reach out. We'd love to chat about your art and your characters.
I love it so much.
Great.
Hi, then there's me. I'm Mallorie. I am your game master for this series that I'm having such a blast with, man. I'm just having the time of my life doing this game. I've got really cool friends and they're all really talented and they all wanted to come play a game with me, and that's cool. I am always over here. I'm the creative director and one of the producers here, obviously. I run or am in every game that we've had so far. We have all of it up on YouTube. I think last week's episode of this show is already up on YouTube. If it's not, I'll get it up tomorrow. This will also be up tomorrow. And everything else should be all caught up. So if you want to catch up on Root, we are having another episode on Wednesday, if you want to come back for that. We may or may not have started a government coup in episode 1 that Ryan was not prepared for in any way. And he rewrote the whole campaign to put up with our shenanigans.
Yeah.
And that is why Ryan
The best kind
is
of campaign.
such a lovely human. He puts up with all of our bullshit. I love him very much. So Ryan, if you're in chat, please know that you are wonderful. There is no Dragonlance this week, but we do come back to Dragonlance next week, and there are only 3 more episodes, and I am pretty heartbroken because I've loved playing Everin so much. And also, I'm trapped in a painting right now. I got knocked out, and somebody took my Orb of Annihilation. I'm not doing great. Everyone's not in a good spot right now to lead into the last month of Dragonlance. I will also be on Friday Never Dies this week for Friday's game over with Hina, and I'm so very excited. Because Thirsty Sword Lesbians is one of my favorite games. I just don't get to play it very often. Always loved Pride Never Dies, and it's my second year coming back, and that's how long it's existed. So really,
It's 2 out of 2.
Yeah, 2 out of 2. I have a great track record so far.
It is still baby.
It is still very baby, but I love it very much.
It grows with all of you.
You can also catch me kind of all over the place. I'm with Eric Frankhouse a lot on Eric Frankhouse Presents. I'm on Femme Gamer Party quite a bit, which is the most fun. And we're currently gearing up for in December things, and I am starting very early because I am working with companies. So doing all that, I'm writing. There's a lot happening right now, a lot. And I was gonna take tomorrow to sleep, but I have a lot to do, so we'll see. Maybe I'll sleep half the day, and then I'll watch Candace on Twitch doing ukulele covers. I think that's a beautiful idea. I think that is it for us. So I stumble through the end because I'm like, I'm gonna forget something, and then I'm gonna stop streaming, and then it's gonna be like, well, fuck, I was supposed to say that. But I think I'm actually good this time. I think I've really done it.
Woo!
Look
Nope.
at me go.
I guarantee you
Wow.
that we're gonna go off and you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna be-
motherfucking
Yep.
damn it.
Every time.
Because that happens
Well,
to me
that was me last
literally
week
every
with the
time.
Pride Never Dies, and you reminded me.
I did. I caught. I was like, wait a minute. You okay? We are off next week.
You're like, wait, I'm doing something with
Yeah.
you.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
We are off next week. It gives me a little bit more time to write out things. It gives them a little bit more time to sit with the trauma that I have given them tonight.
I'm gonna be lost without all of you, just to let you all know. Like, what am I gonna do?
We're gonna just be messaging in the channel
Cry.
on Monday,
Yeah.
going like,
Yeah,
Can we a little bit?
Be like, I'm supposed to see your faces tonight. No, I don't get to it. Now I'm sad. Which is really what will happen because I will be so sad next Monday that I don't get to have these wonderful people. I may be doing an extra night of Dragonlance, depending kind of on where people's characters get and if I'm still trapped in a painting. But you may see me there. You may not. You will have Root this week. You will have Root next week. And then we will be back with the 4th episode of 6 of Trusting Fates on the following Monday, so the 17th. And I am very excited, and I love these people very much. And with that, I'm gonna let everybody go to sleep because it's 12:40, and I usually am like, we're done by 12.
No, we're not. We like each other too much.
I know. That's the problem, is that we're having too
Chat.
much fun
Too
and we just screw
wholesome.
around the entire time.
And I am more than fine with that. I truly am. All right. Love yourself, take care of each other, and go have a super magical night. You're all very wonderful, and we will see you so soon. Oh,
You want to raid Alex?
one last thing. We will. Just like the smallest thing. I wouldn't worry about it. As
Why
you
I'm
sit
so
at the
worried
table-
about it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. As you all sit at the table and Bridget kind of announces herself, no one can see it, but the camera will pan down to Eddie. And that little pocket watch that stays around Eddie's neck clicks to 8.
That's a big jump, though. It was
And
on 3.
It all happens at once. 1, 2, like 4, 5, 6, 7, and settles on 8.
Don't like that.
And then we cut to black.
I didn't get to tell my friends about that
Now
yet.
everybody can leave. All right, cool. Good night. Have a wonderful time, and we're gonna go raid some lovely people. So see ya Wednesday or next week or in a couple weeks. But they won't get to know anything until then. So goodbye.